Sitting here meditating and pondering on the ways of the world today. Thinking of my people Africa and the state of the continent today. How mothers fed their children today. As granny goes down on her knees every day and prays. How many souls are dying from causes that could be prevented? If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Oh, 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 Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Zion away. Africa rise, young. Every 4 years, the politicians say he's your servant today. After you vote for them, they metamorphose into your masters. I say, have your say, we'll have our way, yeah. Not no strange, it's cow demon crosses. Meanwhile, souls are dying from causes that could be prevented. If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Away from your slumber. Zion away. Away from your sleep. Zion away.
Never ever quit, just a little bit longer. Victory is near, they're gonna disappear, go under. Leaders them no care, never tend to share. Babylon quit, be shedding of blood. Your heart a go suffer if you show no love. Stay away, righteousness. What we call the nation if for no righteousness. Just make sure the children live.
I pray for the future generation not to give up the eggs. I pray for the children of tomorrow not to sell out their birthright. Cause when I look afar, I see the strangers eating up your food. Another form of slavery is coming here again. And that's why people are dying. Causes that could be prevented. Oh yes, we do need some better leadership today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Let's go. Zion. As the day breaks, I see my people rising up again, shaking off all the shackles. I see my people shaking off those chains. The lion with the mane, blood of the slain will never be in vain.
Never.
No. We don't want to see no more people dying from causes
no,
that
I want
can be prevented.
No more
bloodshed, better leadership today.
I pray.
Zion and Yahweh.
Away from your slumber.
Zion away.
Away
Yes, indeed. Ago, amen, amen, amen. Nananom, nana ahima, nina Ghana for, nina Ghana penny for Ghana, for Ghana. Ranteni maba wanyina yamamo achio yamamo ajo. Welcome to the show. My name is Kwesi Eson Baako, reaching you from Studio 1, Texas, USA. On today's show, very packed, very packed. And let me go straight to it because we have our guests already waiting in the green room. So let me introduce the show quickly and we'll go straight to it. I'll bring you the editorial at the end of the show. On today's show, we have the Honorable Asenso-Boakye. Francis Asenso-Boakye is a former roads minister. Namunim said last week, the finance minister broke in parliament, said the honorable member of parliament for Bantama, who's also the former roads minister, wrote a letter to President John Dramani Mahama saying that the much touted expressway between Kumasi and Accra is wasteful and should not be pursued. Well, the honorable minister says that there's more to it than that. He says that, yeah, he did write to President Mahama, but there is more to it than that. Obviously, most of you have heard the minister put out a statement, do radio interviews. You've heard him say a lot. Here, we're going to get to brass tacks. We will get him to tell us exactly what he said in the letter and what he meant. No holds barred. The Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye, former roads minister and MP for Bantama, is my guest on the first interview. And on the second interview in Sosono, we will be speaking to the personal assistant of the Member of Parliament for Asante Akim North. I prefer to say Asante Achim North. All right, now yet to say there was a little bit of demonstration of some sort, indicating that there was a proposed mining project going to be sited in the area. The youth in the area says they do not want any of that at all. And to the best of my knowledge, I'm hearing that the Member of Parliament supports that move. Is that the case? Yeah, we all say Ghana has to be the paradise that we all want it to be. So we will be discussing to get the best out of the situation. Let us go straight to go speak with my first guest, and after that we will be speaking with Nana. Well, let me mention the name of the second guest before we go to my first guest. Name of the second guest, personal assistant to the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North. His name is Nana Kwachi Tutu. Nana Kwachi Tutu, the personal assistant for the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North. But before that, Yanko to your first interview. Na Yene, former roads minister and also the Member of Parliament for Bantama, Francis Asenso-Boakye and Kasa. Honorable, thank you very much for making your time for us today. I've seen you in the green room for quite a while before the show even started. Thank you for such amazing punctuality. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Okay.
When I got the invitation, I thought I was going to speak on Kesben, because that's where Kesben FM, that's where the link from. So I didn't know I was going to speak to you. Which station, where are you based?
Well, we're based in Texas, USA. and we have a branch in Ghana. It just so happens that the producer who booked you, I think also has a stint with, I'm not even sure if it's Kesben or one of those other stations over there. That's where the confusion may have come from.
Okay, all right.
But if you don't mind, I'm very happy to speak with you. If
no.
Okay.
I'm happy to speak to you too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. And well, I feel that you have said quite a bit about this issue, but you have yet another chance to get down to the bottom of what exactly you meant with that letter.
Yeah.
Thank you again. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, there's let's put it this way. What prompted the writing of the letter? Now, Honorable, again, platform with Kasabia Ghana for TBR, you can wahasi. And at any point, if you want to switch to Chi, fine. If you want to stay in English, whatever. Understand?
Whatever you want, however you want me to speak, whether in English or Chi, I'm fine. But you see, there's a reason why our premise of our constitution put it in Article 35 of our constitution that successive governments should continue with projects initiated by previous government.
That's right.
Because they envisage that it's possible that the government will come and because of political reasons, they will stop a major project initiated by the previous administration. It is in line with this thinking. That's why I wrote to President Mahama.
Okay, so primarily, go ahead, please.
Yeah, the road minister had indicated that, they were going to build a new expressway from Accra to Kumasi, and that from his interactions, he had indicated that they were not going to continue with the similar project that was ongoing, that had been ongoing for some time, started by President Eckow, which saw to dualization of major sections along the Accra Kumasi corridor. And when President Eckow left, when the NDC assumed office in 2027 to 2016, they abandoned that project. They didn't add even a kilometer of road intervention on that corridor, and that did not help. When President Eckow came, he decided to revive the project. You and I know there's no point belaboring the fact that Accra Kumasi is the Accra Kumasi road is the most important
corridor.
In fact, a third of the Ghanaian population depend on that road. So I have written extensively the need for us to have this highway done. But thankfully, there is an ongoing intervention, which is to dualize from Accra to Kumasi. And President Eckow started. He's done some major sessions, Accra, circle to Taifa towards Ofanko. He did, if you know Ghana very well, first when we were kids, we were going to Accra, we used to pass through in Sawam and Nkoko. And it was causing a lot of delays because of these critical choke points on the corridor in Nkoko and in Sawam. So President Eckow did bypasses outside of the Nkoko main township and the Sawam main township. And he also did in Sawam to Apedra dual carriage. Okay. And he also did Fumesa to K University. Okay. So it was for the administration that took over from President Eckow to continue, but they didn't. So when the Eckow administration came, they decided to continue, and they started with key bypasses in Enyerisi, Osino, Konongo, and Enyinem. These are the 4 critical choke points on the corridor. And it is expected that when that bypasses are completed, it will reduce the traffic situation drastically and then the travel time drastically. From it is close to 2 hours you will get to the reduction of travel duration. Okay, so and this project is ongoing. It has achieved about 72% physical completion. Okay, so it's almost done. Then when that is 46 kilometers. After that one is done, there are 94 kilometers along the corridor that is yet to be dualized. And when these 2 major interventions are completed, you will have a dual carriage from Accra to Kumasi. That is a major highway. We've put in a lot of money into it, which you all know that is going to achieve the same resource as the one that they are proposing. So when the minister, wait a minute, please. When the minister indicated that they were going to start a new highway, a new expressway. By the way, the expressway, highway, freeway, they are all the same. It's just that some have 2 lanes, some have 3 lanes, some have 4 lanes, given the volume of traffic on the road. You live in America, you know that in some cases they call it a freeway, they call it expressway, they call it highway. In the New Jersey area, they call it turnpike. You know, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So my point was that it is important for the government to continue with the existing one, not to achieve the same result, than to abandon it and do a new one, which will cost a lot. The president had indicated that they're going to start construction early 2026 and complete by the end of his term, which means that it will happen within a duration of less than 3 years. And I was saying that from my experience, that is not possible. You know. Okay.
If you pause there for a second, because we'll come to that. I want us to, deal with the first part of what you said, and we'll come to this part here. So from what you've said, I don't see nothing too wrong with that at all. If that's what you were proposing, right?
Exactly.
Except that you seem to also be suggesting that it is this or that. Whereas, as far as I'm concerned, it was not supposed to replace this project. Was that the case? Was the government?
Well, I mean,
government not going to tackle this project at all?
That is not even my problem. I mean, if at the end of the day they continue what has been started, and they finish and they want to do another one, that one is the government's own decision. They can do that. But my point is that it will be a wasteful exercise if we abandon what we have already spent a lot of money, and it will achieve the same results you want to do a new one for. By the way, you said, the finance minister said in my letter to the president, I said that the project they are proposing will be wasteful. I didn't say that. And I hope you have time to read the letter to your viewers, your listeners. I never said that. What I said was that it will be far more prudent to complete the existing one than to abandon it and start a new one. One of the problems we have had in our country is that we take decisions purely on political grounds, and it doesn't help. And since I wrote this letter, even the finance minister himself, when he said that I asked for the stoppage of the project and I called it wasteful, he was asked to read the letter. And when he read the letter, there was nothing like that in the letter. I never said that. Okay. It's unfortunate that when people lose the argument, then they resort to emotions, which is quite unfortunate. I expect people like you with the platform to use this opportunity to educate Ghanaians about the intent of this letter, which raise germane concerns. Every reasonable person who has read this letter says that, hey, the guy has a point. And
I'll be honest with you. Right from when I even heard the finance minister read portions of it, I did not see too much wrong with it, except that for the commentary that has come after that, Honorable,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard you say stuff like the NDC wants to name the project after Mahama, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of the reasons why you're opposed to it. Did you make that statement?
No. You see, in the debate, during the debate, the chairperson of the Roads and Transport Committee said that they are going to do the road and name it after Mahama. Then I was saying that it appears that the primary reason they want to abandon the old one and do new one is to do something and put Mahama's name on it. If they put Mahama, if they do something and put President Mahama's name on, that is fine. But it's not advisable. It's not prudent.
It's not the main reason why they should be conducting they should be taking the project on. That's what you're saying. But I've also heard
it shouldn't be a reason to abandon the existing project. My whole problem is the indication that they were going to abandon what had.
Was there any such indication, though? Sorry to interrupt, but was there any indication that they were going to abandon that project?
Yeah, the minister has said that they were going to abandon the old one and start a fresh new one. In fact, they did not factor it in their budget. Yeah, that's enough indication. Okay, right now they've come back to say, because of the pressure, the questions people are asking them, hey, what is happening? Are you going to abandon this project? Would it make sense to spend a lot of money to dualize this and abandon it? Now they are saying that they did not say that they are going to abandon it. That is fine. If that is so, then there are two key interventions they have to do to continue and complete the project. Is to complete the bypasses, which has achieved 72% rate, completion rate, and also the 94 kilometers of the section that is not dualized. Once they do that, they will have completed the existing highway dualization project. That is fine. If that's what they're going to do, then there's no issue at all. But the issue, my concerns will have been addressed. Exactly, my concerns will have been addressed. Yeah, and if after that they want to build an expressway, for instance, if they want to, for instance, they have a private sector investor who will come and say that, hey, I want to build Accra to Kumasi expressway, 3 lanes on each side, and put a toll on it. That makes sense, and that's what in many countries.
This was along those lines, though, isn't it? From the best knowledge,
they haven't indicated the funding options. They haven't indicated.
Which is something we have to talk about. And I think that that's one of the valid points you raised in your letter, right? Because you stated that the government has not made clear how they were going to raise funding, the cost estimates, the road designs, and all of that. I think these are legitimate questions. But let's go back to the abandoning part. Right. So we know that there could be this project going on, which is pretty functional to a large extent. And some experts have also said that once another highway, expressway, whatever you want to call it, turnpike, is created, it's also going to take pressure off this existing one. Now, people have likened this to the Volta Dam project when Kwame Nkrumah was building a dam, and people, it's said in our history that a certain political party, let me just say that, indicated that this was wasteful, likening it to what's happening now, even though you've cleared that you didn't say it's wasteful. And then later on, we all see the importance of the Volta Dam, and to the point where we even need an extra one. How do you react to that?
I don't have the facts regarding what was said about the Volta Dam. I don't have, so I don't want to go in there. Yeah, I think it's important that we stick to what I wrote, which you yourself has indicated that you don't see anything wrong with the issues that I raised.
Most of the issues raised in there. Most.
The finance minister said that I indicated in my letter that the project they are proposing is wasteful. There is nowhere in the letter that says that. Okay, and all that the letter is saying that they shouldn't abandon what is already under construction. Okay. And another key point that I raised in my letter was that they had indicated that the new project we were going to start will be done within 3 years. And I said that is not possible from experience. Okay. And I indicated in the letter that after the president had mentioned the duration of 3 years, the road minister came to say that they are now in the process of hiring a consultant to do feasibility studies. And my concern was that if you haven't done feasibility studies, on what basis did you conclude that you can start in 2026? And because it is after the feasibility studies that you can conclude on your final design. You can do costing of the project, you know how much it will cost. Then you can look for the funding. And once you look for the funding and the funding is secured, then you can procure a contractor. When you procure a contractor for such a big project, he has to mobilize to site. It will require some equipment be imported or mobilized from other places to come. Such a big project is a greenfield area. So you will have to relocate some people farming in certain areas. You will have to pay compensation, and it all take some time, you know, to conclude all those arrangements and negotiations. Yeah. So it takes some time. When you even start the actual construction, you will go to a place that you see galamsey pits, rocky areas that you have to blast and all that. Okay. So it will take some time, and that I'm saying that it will not take less than 6 years to complete that road. And that if you have abandoned the existing road, don't you think that the commuters, those who are currently using that road, will suffer? In fact, today I use that road. Today I just got back from the state of disrepair, and it's so bad that we continue to allow. During my time, we gave a contractor to repair those section of the road, and they haven't been resourced, so they are not working on the side. But this is the critical corridor. You know, the volume of traffic on this road is much higher than any other road in the country.
That's true.
If you are going to do a new one, that is fine, but it will take a long time to complete. But that doesn't mean that people should suffer when they are using the existing one. And then these are the concerns I raise. And unfortunately, it looks like people have been paid to pick a part to suggest that I don't like.
You think what you said has been misconstrued? That's what you're saying.
Oh, of course, but it's deliberately. It's deliberately. Okay. And when
let's go to your letter. Let me quote from your letter and ask you something from this. It's on the second page. Nushrun, please put up the second page for me. Yes, and somewhere in there, I think it's the third or fourth paragraph, depending on if you count that first part as a paragraph. You say, moreover, Article 35. You've actually reiterated this already in this interview. Moreover, Article 35, 7 of the 1992 Constitution enjoins governments to continue development projects initiated by previous administrations in the national interest. Abandoning an ongoing project, one that is technically sound, economically justified, and already delivering results, contradicts this constitutional directive and may set a precedent for wasteful governance. Isn't this where you said it was wasteful?
No. When you say when you stop a project or abandon a project that already has received significant investment into it already, and you stop it, of course, it's wasteful.
So you said it's wasteful in a certain way.
No. The wasteful I use is regards to abandoning it, not the new project they want to do. Okay. I mean, look at it. Yeah. Okay. The finance minister said, I said that the project they are proposing would be wasteful. That's not the point.
That's but if you abandon the one that's already ongoing is
exactly
what you are referring to as wasteful.
It will be waste. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Let me explain this to you. If you are building you are building a house, okay, in Houston, and the house will cost $1 million, and you spent already about 70% of it, $600,000. Okay, and all of a sudden you're saying that, hey, that house, the location, I may not like it. There's a new location that I like, so I want to go and build it close to Dallas. Okay, and this new place, it will cost maybe $2 million to build. The way you have already spent $600,000 to construct the road, the house, and you want to abandon it to go and do a new one. Don't you think that you have wasted resources?
Once the word abandoned comes,
exactly. But that's the point.
It's only I think it's only wasteful when it's abandoned. Exactly. But then again, I don't know if the government has indicated that they're going to abandon that project. So that's the challenge. But it's really good that you explain this, because now, at least for me, I understand clearly that your reference to the term wasteful was not in reference to the project, but to abandoning the existing project which the previous government started. Correct? Exactly. All right. Now, let me also ask you this, Honorable. So you made reference to the 1992 Constitution enjoining governments to continue projects. People are raising concerns about why your government did not, for instance, continue the hospitals that were started by President Mahama, some of which are in your region, but rather started a brand new Agenda 111 project, for instance.
No. Agenda 111 has a different objective. The hospitals that we did not abandon any projects, but sometimes some of the projects there are funding issues. For instance, there's one that they mentioned at Afari, I think the military hospital in Ashanti region. I remember when even the builder, the contractor came to see me, that there are some funds that the government has to pay for to him. And when I followed up with Ministry of Finance at the time, they were saying that he was raising some extra cost overruns that they did not agree. I think there were some variation issues and all that. So that was the bone of contention. Not that we deliberately abandoned it. That's not the case. Yeah, there was some funding variation, cost overruns that were the Ministry of Finance,
which you couldn't solve for the whole entire 8 years that the government was in power.
Yeah, that was the bone of contention. And when you pay something and you cannot justify, it might also have its own implications. And that's
I need to answer for me. You said there were issues with it, cost variations and all that. For 8 years, you couldn't straighten that up?
Well, I mean, the details may be different, and for this, I want you to speak to those who had it
directly involved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm just saying that no project was deliberately abandoned. Yeah. Well, even the schools that President Mahama did, I think he called it. He built some schools. We continued a good number of them. The E-blocks, we continue a good number of them. So we didn't abandon
compounds. For instance, we didn't see the previous government continue the chip compounds.
Oh, really? Chip compounds are not.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know everything.
Well, I'm not aware of any chip compound that was abandoned. I mean, chip compounds are normally done at the local level from District Assembly Common Fund and all that. So it's not an issue that central government has a big.
Well, the central government has oversight over all.
It does, but I'm just saying that there wasn't any deliberate plan on the part of the central government to abandon chip compounds. These are very important.
I'll take your word for it.
Facilities here.
and I'll leave the audience to make their own. But let me ask you again.
And it's always important that for me, if an area is, I don't have information in an area, I don't want to talk about it because you may mislead people.
That's very professional, and I respect that. So, but let me ask you though. So, some people are also saying that this new project that's being proposed, right? And we've given copious examples of other parts of the world. New Jersey, Turnpikes, and all that. If you come to Texas, for instance, Texas is one of the states that has probably the best road networks in the whole entire world, if I'm not exaggerating, right?
Okay.
Now, there are roads that you can take that will lead you where you want to go, just may take you a little longer to get there. And then there are roads that will take you express, right? Speed limit 70 kilometers an hour, 70 miles an hour. Right, and then maybe you may pay a little toll and all of that. So people are asking, what is wrong with a second expressway, even if there's one already existing, as long as we are not, And
there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you can have the money to build. You are talking about Texas because they were able to raise the money to do that. If we can, why not? Exactly. And for instance, let me tell you. Many people don't know this. We governments over the years have strived to bring in the private sector to do what we call build, operate, and transfer. BOT. Okay. You come in, you put your money in the road, you toll it, you make your money and go back. When they come, when they look at the traffic, they will realize that they will not be able to recoup their investment in the period that they want, say 20 years. When they realize that they will have to recoup their investment in, say, 30, 40 years, then they leave. So that is why governments have found it very difficult to bring in private sector capital.
I see.
And people are not ready to pay economic rates. I mean, Kumasi, Accra, if you charge, say, 20 Ghana cedis, it may be a problem. But when you are driving from New York to Washington, by the time you get to Washington, you would have paid like $20 to $30, about $20.
The difference is that you can also go without paying tolls, to be honest with you, once you are out of New York.
Exactly, but it will take you a long, that would be
longer. Exactly my point. Exactly the point I was making.
Yeah. But I'm saying that they are able to pay the economic rate, so the government can do that and recoup the investment, or the private sector companies can do that and recoup the investment. Okay. But here in Ghana, wait a minute, we may not be able to do that because our economic circumstances are different. Okay, economic circumstances are different. The vast majority of the people who use the road will not be able to pay for that. There are some wealthy people who can do that easily, but how many are they? You understand? So sometimes when we are comparing America and Ghana, we have to be careful because
absolutely the circumstances are very different.
Exactly.
Very different. Wow. Very different. But also we can look at some of the similarities also, even though things are so different, right? Because for instance, if you have an option to pay more, there are a lot of people who would pay. There are tourists, there are, who, of course, will have the purchasing power. There are people who are doing business to who losing 2 hours in traffic is not an option. So I would rather pay the 26.
No doubt that there are people who will pay, but how many are they?
You don't think the volume is what you're saying?
Are they enough to attract private sector capital? They will not. Well, they come and do traffic survey. What do you mean? They come and do traffic survey, and they know the volume of traffic. Okay, and they say that, hey, if we charge, say, 5 Ghana cedis, this is how much we can recoup in 20 years. And they find it very low, and it will not be attractive for them. And that is why governments have strived to use its own resources to build these roads.
I hear you on that. My question there is this. If in spite of all this, the government is bold enough to say that we're going to accomplish this in 3 years. Don't you think as any friend is sabi as your bob and then nice be so and I said
no. But I'm not against that. But I'm concerned that they want to abandon they will abandon the existing road. That's all. As for the new road, they nobody can stop them. And in fact, they intend to do it and they're going to do it. And we are expecting that they go by their word and complete it in 3 years.
Time.
Okay. That we don't have a problem. Because keep in mind that the existing road is also important because apart from wait a minute, apart from Kumasi, there are people who are going to Osino, there are people who are going to Eckow, there are people who are going to Eckow.
Yes.
Now there is in this budget, there is another huge infrastructure project, which is Atti-Lorlorh bridge. Is the bridge over the Afram Plains. The idea is to construct a bridge there, which is also another expensive project. And for this has been on the drawing board in our country for a long time. The expectation is that this bridge will unlock the economic potential in the Afram Plains area, and it will be the food basket of our country. Okay, so once this bridge is done and we have agricultural production going on, it's supposed to help us solve our agricultural issues. Food prices will go down and all that. And you don't need a highway to transport these goods from Accra, from Afram Plains to Accra into Kumasi. So the existing network also has a very important work to do.
I totally agree. I totally agree because these are also major towns which are connected with this road network. So now, Honorable Asenso-Boakye, let me say this. This interview has been, I'm feeling like I'm sitting outside watching the interview, right?
Yeah.
Because it's been very revealing to me. This is my summary of it. You are not against the project. You are against abandoning the existing project. In summary, is that correct?
Absolutely. And it's stated clearly in the letter. And whenever I've had opportunity to engage the media, this is exactly what I say. And in fact, in many cases, when I don't even speak, and observers look at the letter and they review the letter, they come to the same conclusion as I've concluded with you, that the objective of the letter is to deal with abandoning the existing project, which has its own advantages. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye. Before we go, what do you have for the people of Bantama, your constituency? Some of who are a bit angry because they think, say, Adi Ebefi, Adi Ebakotoko,
narrative of my political opponents. Any person using this against me, but Ghana for enemy, ye peobia asantimai Ghana mine in the current political dispensation. What go out of its way to work very hard for Asantimaya. Ye can ni pana unimi free. To be a nusemi to Asantimai, BM Asantimai console at the Makumaso. Into my political opponent, I know that you are desperate to tarnish my reputation, but it's not going to be an easy exercise for you. Exactly, especially when I was at a meeting in Kumasi when I was told that the finance minister is accusing me. But the same people who called me said that when he read this letter, he couldn't justify the accusation. So any right-thinking person, any reasonable person will know that what finance minister did was wrong and it's unbefitting of a man who is in charge of our public purse.
Mami, a bit inquisitive. Also, political opponents. Who are these political opponents? Are they within your party, or you mean the NDC and our finance minister? Or no, they are political opponents.
They are all political opponents because I've seen people, different people.
Culture. Within and without.
No, okay. Let me say my opponents and enemies, my political opponents and political enemies, because the opponents the obvious ones, the Ato Forsons. No. The outside. They are the open. The Ato Forsons, they are they are opponents. So naturally, they will oppose whatever you say. Yeah. Then there are enemies, those within the party who also don't wish you well. Also, they also use it. Yeah.
But also pushing this agenda against you.
This false narrative. But the letter is clear. In future, when my kids grow up and they read the letter, they will be proud that the letter that their dad wrote was one that is nationalistic, was one that calls for prudence, was one that calls for continuity of government projects. When you send this letter to any university student, take it to the universities, Department of Planning, Department of Civil Engineering, Department of Architecture, all these important infrastructure ministries, when they read the letter, they will be proud of me. I'm setting up an infrastructure hub, working with the KNUST to do proper analysis of government infrastructure for them to advise government appropriately. So this what has come before us this week will be a subject matter for interrogation at this infrastructure hub that I'm working actively with the KNUST to set up. So I'm already in the space, and Kwesi, keep in mind that apart from the fact that I'm a planner by profession, by God's grace and thanks to President Akufo-Addo, he put me in two critical ministries: Ministry for Works and Housing, Ministry for Roads and Transport. These are construction ministry.
Yeah.
So if somebody like me, I come out to raise very genuine concern about a national project, it's not out of place. Okay, people should look at the rationale,
the message,
and the analysis being made, than using emotions. And look, last week in Parliament, I can send you a video of my intervention. When this road minister came, he said that he was worried. He was not happy that he looked at the data and he realized that a big chunk of President Akufo-Addo's infrastructure projects concentrated in Greater Accra and Ashanti. And he said that he is going to correct that. And I was saying that no, it's not by chance that it is like that. But this Accra and Kumasi, the population alone is huge. And the level of economic activities between Accra and Kumasi, that is what drives the economy of Ghana. So it is natural that your infrastructure projects will benefit more of the communities in these two regions. Okay, when I said that, the opponents, including enemies, saying that I'm saying that President Mahama shouldn't send road infrastructure to the northern part of the country. Can you imagine? And an MP was making reference to that in Parliament. And I was telling him that they are using regional, tribal bigotry politics to divide the country, and that is not good for our country. When people lose the argument, they resort to emotion. When people lose the argument, they refuse to confront the issues, they refuse to confront ideas, they refuse to confront analysis, but resort to emotions. It's up for people like you, knowledgeable people like you, who have lived outside and seen how development is being shaped in those countries, to come out to condemn those people. And I expect that out of this interview, you will make it available to the press to also highlight it, so that together we all build our country.
Absolutely, that's the point. That's the aim. Except, say, I don't want to flog a dead horse, to be honest with you, but I think, say, the way you going back to that issue about the amount of development projects in the Greater Accra and Ashanti region there, you know, I think, said the narrative again, and you can help us correct this. This is all part of correcting some of the things that have been put out there about you, right? But then what was said, that what was reported, I should say, is that you were suggesting that because the minister was saying, said they are going to concentrate on other regions, no, that amounted to abandoning Ashanti region, which I think rather is an unfortunate statement to make if that's what you were saying.
That what I don't understand your point.
Let me clarify that. So is it true that you said the minister said that a lot of infrastructure projects are in the Greater Accra and Ashanti region, right? And then the minister indicated that they were going to concentrate on some other regions. Is that the case? And to you, that is that means that the minister is going to abandon Ashanti region. I think I may have heard you say that on one of those radio stations.
Well, I didn't even go into that narrative. What I was saying, what I was explaining, was that there is a reason why the investment, a big chunk of the investment, in Greater Accra and Ashanti region. And for instance, when you want to build an interchange, Pokuasi interchange is the biggest interchange in West Africa. So it's an outliner in the investment, road investment, because it's huge, and that one alone would drive the investment cost towards Greater Accra. And there are other similar, like the Flower Pot interchange, the Obechebil interchange, and these are very important interventions to improve productivity and all that in the capital. So with that, it is expected that the investment cost will rise in Greater Accra region.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I was only explaining the reason behind why the investment in Greater Accra and Ashanti region are high. And it's not that it's
that's indisputable. But I'm saying though, did you suggest, say, the minister focusing on other regions, amounts to abandoning Ashanti region? Did you say that?
It's by implication, that's what it meant.
I beg to differ, though.
No, that's what it meant. What it mean? You see, it's the share of development. It's not. For instance, if we need an interchange in Kumasi, that will help in the development of Kumasi. Because Kumasi is a nodal city. People from other parts of the country connect through Kumasi to go to other parts of the country. Yes. So if you refuse to implement an intervention to address the transportation issues in Kumasi,
I don't think there's any question about that at all.
Exactly. So if
the only question is, did you think, or did you say, or did you mean that the minister spreading out infrastructure projects across the country amounts to abandoning the Ashanti region?
No. It doesn't. As for the spreading,
I hope you didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that. And as for the spreading, it's important. And President Eckow, President Kufuor, there was relative spread of infrastructure projects, except that some regions will receive more because of the economic activities
and all of that.
So that's all I was saying.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye MP for Bantama and former Minister for Roads and also former Minister for Works and Housing. Before I back on, just 1 quick minute, please. More primaries, NPP. What do you think is going to be the result? At the end of the year, you're expecting?
I hope you will send me a link, the recording of this interview.
I will, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And we'll send you all the social media links as well.
Yeah. I don't know what you want to get from me for this, whether you want to find out who I support but as for the results,
you want to tell me, hey, I think I know, but why not?
As for the results delegates need to be decided. I'm a delegate. I'm just one of them. And there are over.
What's your projection? What's your projection?
Projection. I can tell you my preference and why I believe my preference is the best option for the party.
1 minute.
I'm not a poster.
Okay, 1 minute. Tell us who you want.
I think Dr. Bawumia is the best, our best shot for 2028 because he's very well known in the country. He's been marketed, and his demeanor and his knowledge on governance issues puts him above. That does not mean that the rest are not competitive. I know all of them, and I know they are all capable of becoming president. Except that I believe that for the fact that NDC will be presenting a totally fresh candidate, Dr. Bawumia, having been marketed across the country, every village, I keep on using the fact that whenever I'm on the highways, whenever I go to villages, I see his posters, I see his billboards, and that shows that it's been marketed widely. For the fact that NDC will be presenting a fresh candidate, Dr. Bawumia is the one who will have a competitive or comparative advantage over the NDC candidate. Yeah. Yep.
But you know what? I'm more interested in than the presidential. I think for the presidential, but I think that's almost a no-brainer. However, where my interest really lies is for the spot of chairman of the party.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, we are not there yet. We are currently
I know their own car. President, they overcarry their own car. Okay.
No, because we haven't. The party has not opened nomination for chairman. So no
for chairman yet. Okay, okay, all right.
Those when it comes and those who pick.
Promise me you will do an interview to discuss that. Promise us.
No
please.
problem. No problem. I've enjoyed your conversation. I feel very relaxed and having a very interesting conversation with you. As far as MPP is concerned, there are several people who are qualified for chairman, and based on the person's plan and message, we will evaluate and take it forward.
All right, do this. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, sir. You have been very, 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 very magnanimous towards us. You were in the green room for a very long time. I saw you while I was setting up for the show. That's some level.
Because I was watching a Liverpool game. You know, and we were winning. Okay. I was excited, and I was like, "Let me just set it up while I wait."
That's right. So you were in a good mood for the interview already.
For sure.
That's fantastic.
And next time, I mean, in the Texas area, I will give you a shot.
Please come and eat fufu at home, please.
Oh, for sure. No, when I come to Texas,
I'll to my home.
Because you won't do
next
it.
Time you are in the Dallas area, please.
Okay, all right, sure.
Thank you very much. Francis Asenso-Boakye MP for Bantama and former Roots Minister, telling us what exactly was in that letter that he wrote to President Mahama. I think that's an interesting discussion. Okay, let's go straight to our second interview because we also have our guest waiting. Let's go for a very, very short commercial break, after which we'll go straight to our second interview with Nana Kwachi Tutu, personal spokesperson for the MP for Asante Achim North. We'll be right back.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
blood of the slain will never.
Yeah, hello. It looks like the network is very bad.
Okay, video ya yehu ye efi Asante Achem North. Yewo Nana Kwachi Tutu, personal assistant of them MP for Asante Achem North. Nana, Akwaba, first of all. Hello, Nana. Oh, he indicated say baby one on network in your papa. But we hope say Obe journey back very soon. In the meantime, there's a second video.
Meeting they are the carriers of that information to his people. Because he is a leader of this constituency. So anything that goes wrong, he must take a full responsibility for any action or inaction he took. Now what just Maria to move is a new Bia. Munya musika wia ya Kenya ya pasia forma so atase entina ye when any in a swap potia me wa me jira so aka say MP ni wa hands in it.
Is noted for agricultural produce. The Wagobu, the Overmine, the Amantla mine, and a war of front place. To Asante Achem Kazan and Chichimu. I have 4 sectors. Your body you're trying to fight. What time you're going to fight? You're close, you're going to fight. You're so quiet, I don't know, I'm dry. They're there in school. I'm a man, never do something. I acquire Capitano, thank you. And Emma, what's Emma? I get Emma. Was this, sir? Assassin Basano, as I judge him say, then pay any form of mining.
Okay. Or see a big ecosystem Asante Achem Ebese, no, they don't want any form of mining. Unfortunately, Nana baby or one say networking in your papa. And you know, he just went off right now. We're hoping so he comes back quickly and then we can have that interview. Again, today's show, no, we will be having a short segment remembering Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings. We all know that we all heard about the unfortunate passing on of Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings, former First Lady. This woman has been phenomenal in the history of Ghana. Love her, hate her, whatever you think about her, you cannot erase her from the annals of Ghana. She has been there. And today, one of the things we will also like to do is to look at her life and her contribution, especially to the girl child and to the women of Ghana. That will also be coming up with a guest that we have waiting on the line. But we're still trying to get Nana Kwachi to speak about the issue in Asante Achim North. Let's go for another short commercial break. Hopefully we will have Nana Tutu by the time we come back. Please stay, don't go away.
Best kept culinary secret.
It's a pregnant case. My lord, in this pregnancy denial case, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, the pregnantee, claimed that my client, the alleged pregnanta, promised a pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process. Which
Barrister, I am afraid. How are you sure that I will still win this case?
Bro, as he stands now, your one leg is already inside the prison, but I think you can escape because I have a strategy. I will confuse the judge. By the time I am done talking, eyes will start turning the judge. Once eyes start turning my lord, that is our victory. He will not know when he will just approve our victory instantly. My strategy works. It works all the time. Forget it. I got you, bro. But you know that you still need to pay your balance first before we start going to court. And you also need to add that extra money I told you about. That extra 500,000 naira. That is the money I'm going to use to turn his eyes. That is eye confusion money.
Hey, Barrister, thank you. As long as you have a strategy, thank you. I will pay everything now. No time.
My lord, this case has no head and it has no tail. But before I proceed, my lord, may I introduce myself? My name is Everestus. Tesla, Toyota, Exporter, Importer, Utaroka, Okunoka, Ojoelegba, Aspire, Barrister of Lawyer. My lord, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, claims that my client, Mr. Timprokoto Tinkum, got her pregnant. My lord, as you know, this is a pregnant case. My lord, in this pregnancy denial case, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, the pregnantee, claimed that my client, the alleged pregnanta, promised a pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process, which led to the pregnancy. But now, the pregnanta has refused to accept the responsibility of pregnantism, which was caused by his pregnantization process, which he claimed he must have pregnanted under the pre-accepted pregnantization condition. I am here, my lord, to approve the motion, to propose the motion that disagree that my client, the alleged pregnanta, took a stand in which he told the pregnantee before, during, and after the pregnantization process that the participation of his pregnantism jingoism does not equal acceptance of pregnantus mellitus. Therefore, this pregnancy of the pregnantee by the pregnanta is primarily caused by pregnantization, which does not meet the required conditions for pregnation to occur. I therefore declare, my lord, that this is impregnable and cannot stand, my lord. As we all know, No one knows tomorrow because tomorrow is pregnant. I rest my case, my lord.
Oh, Abumo too much. Oh, Abumo too much. Come with the work.
Hey! Finish them. Barrister Everestus, kill them all, bro. Kill them all. Barrister, the question here is, did your client give the woman belly or not? He give am belly, be no give am belly. DNA result they here, oh. So be careful before you answer. Barrister, the judge eyes still clear. Oh. I thought you said that eyes will start turning him after you finish your long grammar. Are you sure this your tactics is still working?
Bruh, with what I'm saying here, my lord's eyes have refused to turn. I hope you have someone that will be bringing food for you inside prison. Bro, do you have any property you would like to sell before going?
What a minute! Before going where?
You will soon find out.
There's no two ways
My
about
lord,
it.
let me say the truth. My client gave the woman belly, my lord. But I had to collect the job, my lord, because I have bills to pay. You know as this country be now.
All right, welcome back, and we are lucky to have Nana Tutu back. Nana is joining us. Nana Kwachi Tutu is the personal assistant for the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North. Nana, Akwaba.
Yeah.
And the network here, Yesuli Apaya. Nana, the video be actually your chef for CCR. So Accra and the network in the take. Again, and then cost our video.
Mamentia, what if for no phone na mencha Asante Achim North ahemfo. And then penny for war Asante Achim North na. And na otwi mienu etwa mu ana empanifo free aban mu bae say omba be community engagement about cooperative mining. In fact, amrashe bedwani wan kwa mfrempon na onya aware of some movement no isan say ejoada ade be chen benada mom aba na nwumere ana empanifo friend say oh ye beko o constituency no was na den na ekos no say community engagement. Was about then mining also any parliament or sitting want me join so that was enkra omo kram ti ampa ombedru be benada no mabunu no e kire se yes adwumadi na e ba be koso no enya de se omo ani agedwumadi no iti omo ye wo e kire kakra e wo hwa ma mpanyifo hu sa de no omo ani nya ho ti edi na wotwe ye benada etwa mu no ana mabunu no san ka omo hu bo mu se da bi said the idea na ekono so mo antinte sukokwa nkyere mpanifo o mote ate ha na mpanifo e de mine no e de aba iti no say yawada etwa mu ana ono abo hene kwa mefempon so issue statement e won letterhead so the bible ontin say Asante Achim North na asoma no iti ono ejina ho de ma omo nyina omanfo eto abade ma no nti de ombeka no eno e na ono so etie nti osoro mampani say cooperative mining, proper mining, any form of mining biano or more trains and sign. Sans Asante Achim North for some money into mining.
I see. Now, ye nim say gold war area ho. E yade ye common knowledge na say na say an ya be hu say gold war ho no mantia or community engagement ibe mu. E yade ye two gold war dada.
Ye Oba Asante Achim North be ni ho a ye mining. Kwesi enene na otwe mienu ana honorable send video man wo pechereche one of the towns wo Domiabra closer to Domiabra say nkrofobia be sha wo person mo ye galam say nti quickly ma me free police commander say nkrofobia ba pechereche chiro chomuntu anamo TSP dankwa ene na dwuma yefo no bo ma ba so entempa na no omko ye nam za munya hinti nti mranti ni dwane je omo video eti eno ne mining na yate a police for kwa ampa na galam say a nkrofo no edwane ye. But say yes, gold ni hadi. Ono abo hene kwa mfrempon ne Asante Achim North for the ye di eni ma yekua nti ye bi wa akra yenim. Se gold go Asante Achim North yenim.
Enche ye bia so poni ati say in toast. Ye ba be ye tomato factory kra wo ho ne ade. Ayi na ayi ni aja ya bo ajisu. Hey, na fe mining semu be mu. Na mama bi so, wo se na MPA nim hwe ade be chia omo be ye engagement na sa no mo ka kire no.
eye sa na tie se yenua kabore e kasama NDC or such a from place oba Sort FM yo hene kwa from pon radio station ejoada anopa eti odi nkomo nyina wie no ama ofre MP kabore frɛ MP say honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources ni PR ni PA ni befrɛ no no atwetwe nkomo ana so okay honorable twen ya na call ni man also when no akro PA ni number nti no amfrɛ so he quickly called the personal assistant for minister. So friend also minister you say ono abefra by the time ko no say am articulate na mafrɛ mo no so any ye beko o constituency na mbo e chena etikasa ya de me kan ye enkomo e ko so nwumre around 7 p.m. de be chia mo aba etiano no oguta say de na be ko no so mbe ye community engagement na government initiative of cooperative mining no em da mantra mine zo mbo so mkoko borura ho na omokoye sa adwuma no so okay wate iti eyenkra na mum no unfortunately omo ba ye na emabunu no sori tia e kire say omo ni nje ho no eye engineer no di adi no so MP aware so he mentioned that 3 times iti MP aware no eno na bi no mfa so when MP aware dia mini no mo atrase ano no mo asese bibia ni no mo ba na mum na MP aware no mo antia say from that angle say eyamane bo no mo bo say omo ba the constituency eti ho na me bi nso say oh when is MP aware dia na je say MP ni mu bibia nti no mo ba no
I see
na mum na nchiremu na nyesa nchiremu ni eyamane bo
I see na community engagement na eba so
community engagement ne ba so na anwie pay anye fruitful say no mo pen say omo shas ye no mo bio man say mining asem na no then they started say omo ye dede say ye ne nje ho ye mpe nti no I map awie ye pa say nko mo pen
I see na omo de nti na let us omo timi ambo amane no kra because nanka me pese me hu say bia mining no say sen na ye be ye no company bi NFI baby ba ana say sen omo nya ebrekra ankyere eno mu
omo engineer no nkyere mu kakra ode ba ye ebra onya akwan so okasa no say aban na the initiative about say for the cooperative mining it me research akra me say cooperative mining community managed mining community na ne pese ye then no mo beboa wo mo akyerom say de wo nye no eti obo amane chezo ye ba you say ye me say nsuo ye me sa ase ye de ne ye fa kwan pa so ne ye proper mining enye illegal mining do kire mu an tie no a wo kire mu na sante atem no fo no mabu no wo se de bi o yen ye ha de ye bode ne edua yen ye ha de ye banche ye tomatoes ye watermelon enti say ye proper mining say ye illegal mining say ye de mining no ye mpe edi mining no ye mpe wasante atem it's almost the mining no ankasa de no matter the standard or the level of some mining no being proper or improper no was anti achim it's no and my no say there be yentie bibia o mo nchire bibia mo nchire is say yen de enemy ekuaye na enokwasem ne say de ama ohene Kwame Frimpong support ne manfo na ne team no na anti achim no fo nyina so regina ne say minia uba santi achim nofa utu so ho den pa most especially agogo eye municipal capital no enso ho den pa so betu so obenya na den etisase water hodo aye num nyina no from behwe to Raponso and ya mantraman zone no enso aye num A-star sachet water rich cool ahwenepa VS ni nyina from mantraman kwan so etise ya nhwe ni yie na man ni bia bekoso being proper or illegal na affect yenso a edo how kese pa na be asante achim no na eti ye ni brabri nyina ne say cocoa nso ayenya no asante achim no benefit from cocoa road from Behwen Kwanta to Raponso cocoa road e dey me figase for no more extend here because cocoa Framantraman zone enso etimi ba Ghana ha eboa yen eti so be mine na e kire say cocoa ni nyina no obesai nsase no cocoa ni yentimi nsan enya cocoa no so mfa so bi eti nsusem cocoa sem ekuaye sem e besai no na maburu na so re agina sebe omo ehunu no empe ti ye ntwen ma ne ma emetwa wasante achima na baba jinsam.
I see na mami twu nkweche kakra omo ba community engagement no na ye hwan for na ye aban ministry ben na afei o se na company na omo ene omo buy no na company na omo buy na unimo mudin ana ene omo fi himfa so unimo
Radio culture.
Okay, it looks like say ye Lucy Nana Kwachi Tutu Moma yen say obesa but onya buyer will bring him back. But let us go back and watch. Okay, Nana Kwachi is back. Or you see another device. And Timomi and Fan account straight away. Nana Kwachi Tutu is back with us. Thank you very much, Nana. Yo, let me be say or more mobile community engagement. No move ministry bang. And a company in so mobile no free here from saying.
Mobile no nyame anim ni ma ye hu company name no kire say free Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources and free small scale mining. So chairman or kono ana other executives so free regional e buy nti no de amfa company dia ma name no ba be test waters ba be hwe say maburu no ba gi atum adwumadi no aba so ana and tia yenya ne say omba ne kwa na mto mudi kan kopie mu ahemfie amantana ahemfie na ombo na na mane so nana ye no nkomo no afi na dwumadi na duru ha se ekwa bebom kra me lunch a ana ohen se da bi o lunch de enye yi ne mo nko na mo nko hia manfo no na mo mfa nto o manim so manfo na ni je ho se mo nye de a na mo aye eti amantana ahemfie na ba so eti ato amfa no ama na na di askep me kakra
yo
and I didn't ask him like that. Nana born home or
Catching say yeda na sipi na sani ebu mai say or yes ye fan ko to ni my phone anymore and sana no ye born about for that me that me kwacha to ask
eti ohine ba ko ono nso ufiri ni kura na okwa amantena kuru no ono mum no ye say da bi enhyehyɛ na mampani de ba na enhyehyɛ pa nti ono de obo mampani aba so na woje mine na wa tu in fact ho na mabunu no kura no ebufu bebre say ohine pa na ye de asem beto manfom ti e bagya to mintu na wo de odun say si ubo say wo de wogi tum prepepe to mampani famra na ho na mabunu ni so ya na otwe so no mo sa agiginam say da bi o say sorry ti ani antente su kokwa a everything penifo me fa yenwa ama ne no yakofa asem e de wa be hye yakun.
I see. And now what indicate say honorable ejina ne manfo ne chi. And so no among for protesting it is na as a be more German can semi be po ya to afa na so ye kakra ana
nyema mienu de di kan ye engineer no asema o ka say ye ba hai honorable yawe honorable yawe sa statement no make ye na ma ebinom dwene say so yawe de na je so mo atrase aplan bibia na mum ni nkyere mu na mde ba say ye kra o mo kra no so mo ba ne constituency na no yawe but obia ni nhia ntenase se be mining e wo mpesua no so ogitum wonyintum de na beboa sa kasa die no entimi ankoso na mom na ye nkra ana mo kra nte no ene ma ebinum ka say ada bi ono bo ya we de anso no abo amwa yen edie di nkyeremu ne baaye no eno no opposition fo no so sa be fa say ene ye nyina we so esa say nyam kupon anim no kra last year campaign season project our hene kwan from pon eye udo ni chire mo behwe a osi teachers quarters ho udo ni chire mo nyampana se a osi toilet udo ni chire mo kutu ase a 48 market stores udo ni chire mo yoso wosi 18 seater toilet facility udo ni chire mo raponso a wosi 16 toilet seater facility e wo ho eti ni project to e ni nyina no 80% e ya de e course amantramai zone eti omo yese da bia ni omo take advantage na so honorable ya we dia vote no onya free ha no it was massive. It's now saying on no mutu futuro so go man for ni kakra say nipa na moto ma ne mpo no ono na ekofa de no enso e de aba be so mokon enso a abra enya no kwe eti eno no nkyeremu na ene eho demonstration ebinum gita omani ase pa no ye nyina yen support the one metimi aka say mabunu no sha ase nyina call omo frɛ me na say ni na ekoso na mse da bi mon so ritia because honorable pesa mine be ba so asante achim what the food processing factory ba na no that tomatoes ni jeni onions a eba e nyina no okoto sre yewura John Dramani Mahama say yewura moa no na ka wontimi mra meto enema ni nyina amfa ma no ampa yewura eye sa de ma no o mbeto asante achim north jeni
Radio culture.
Nana beba back by all means Nana tutu beba back na ye interview no as he has been doing, or 2 numbers, Baako Trippier, now he joins with the other one. And so please be patient. He will definitely join us again, and then we will continue with the discussion. In the meantime, Momayan share a video of the youth protesting against mining in Asante Achim North. Nana will come back and we'll continue the discussion. Please stay.
Simon penny for the penny, come on, penny.
Pinu amotu abama no na yasan ko ba na meeting ya ye kura waka ho e kire say they are the carriers of that information to his people because he is a leader of this constituency, so anything that goes wrong he must be take a full responsible for any action or inaction he took. Now what just haniama we ya to move say ye nyu obia munya musika wi a ya kenya ya kwasi afoma so atase entina ye when any nyina so potia me wo me jira so aka say MP ni wo hands in it.
Is noted for agricultural produce. The wagogo, the over mine, or mantina mine, and a war a front place. Asante Achim Kazan and Chichimu. I have 4 sectors. Your board you're trying to fight. What time you didn't fight? You're close, you didn't fight. You're so quiet, I don't know, I'm dry. You're there in school. I'm a man, never do something. And Emma, what's Emma? I get Emma. Was this sir? Assassin of Aseno, as I tell say, then pay any form of mining.
Okay, you're saying Nana to 2 back view. Thank you very much, Nana. Na you say, because he say, Asante Achimbe say, no, or pay any form of mining, legal or illegal. Crack. Nana, mami bisa obio na enti omoka sa assembly chair community engagement for no sign na assembly here na ne krakra ne kosi saying
many of them and again we call empany for oh yes you need to ya adwene isan say me ko school Accra College of Education ben boase na yenim say boase an go good for omo ye proper mining but we galam say na mo chire a and enkura mining ekoso no sabe mining de enkaye sabe agudi of na wutu anko ha obi anim ne mom no niema e de beba kurum ene yenso besai yensa say adua so niema ne besensa ase no ebio abrabobone e beba kurum a owuo etutwetwe krono akese because niema bo ba be kosoro ko obi ehun sesika okurum enti niema bebre and Asante Achim yete asomdwem nyame adom bema ne onyamfo eto obama anu yi ompene wasem odadin asomdwaba intimidation na Asante Achim North we ya ban adwuma na ye kire ya adwena akokire bia de be kire ya transfer sa de ne nyina ne yeto oba wie ne emu adwo etinya de se oba behwe ama Asante Achim oba besai etiye de yeta mabunu nachi yeta community nachi yeta Asante Achim North achi any form of mining bia ni wa ye gi atum e wa Asante Achim kuayo ne enim omompa factory emre yen omompa factories mayen omomfa farming input enfamra na Asante Achim North empeja ntuma fa emfra esa say ne ye de body ekọ Burkina Faso ye de body ekọ Togo amaya hodo na edi nuane fra Asante Achim North ekọ eti mining de ba ye de say e ba be sa Asante Achim ti anyi ntum and minim say omukọ ye nso no ye nyante bibia bio Omukwa yenti bibia bi npe se be emu so bejo na enya de mpanifo so betie se de omampani oyene kwa mfrempo kasa omampani tie no yenim so omampani betie na kuayo no mumu no ma beboan ama kuayo akoso
yo yate na yesan so ti se na emebru ni bi ka se 400 million sembi eno no de na onim fa ho
ene se sika bi na omususu se emze na nanum bi no so etimi agi bibi kakra eje no mo ye se wagi sika de a ene na de beko eti so mu koti amount bi dia na sika ebinum allegedly omususu se mpanifo bi so etimi agi sika
ma me bo ho ni nkyerɛ na ye hwese nya emu nkyerɛmu ya because na abrante na ka se mo 400 million na mo se mo de mind no yanka se ye betimi nya wa ha ana bibisa
okay
o si say operations or model ba on fa so ebeba so no 400 million na what bibisa na
man said the anti nemo no ye na mo kira ye tie no na ebi no mo kira se on person komo ma mabunu no bisika na komo anu tum na mabunu no so ye se da bi o mo komo anu tum na nka dwumadi ne mra ene no me na wo kasa ekura no enti amanya no se eye opposition fo ni bi no omo hye kire ni bi no mudi nkomo oh mine de ba enima be koyi o e ba ye ho be han betimi adiga they are trying to convince some of the youth how money e dey in the bat omo bape no mo so afre no mo boy amane se na say ne nkrofo kan but ye dey still ye se mine de ye mpenti eguso ne mabru ne kasa se ma omo njintum na ye nso ye njintum no hene kwa mfrempon so me ye sure so na no atum no omampani John Dramani Mahama e be ya aso ama no na enya de so be mine no so abaso
na honorable issue statement na we need to small walk around that all clear up the issue near there e bia na ni udi hu komo na apart from that we issue official statement or say or against mining of people
yeah me no ka say yawada ana honorable issue official statement and almost all the media platforms all Ghana dear draw President non-trial said the last Thursday about statement that were issued. It's the honorable Ankasa to Nunum on a letterhead official statement about it. Say he's not in support of the mining activity because of Asante Ato. It was it's in his statement near was the Mampeniso on Pamra, some Mampeniso or Mississippi practice for her, some Mampeniso or my farming input. You find your road networks no Mampeni mine. Now you supply Ghana in Ghana being here. Asante Ato there. Watermelon, jene, body, enuane die. As I say, no, you're very fertile. Don't be too big, no. I dare say, it's a slim penny. On our no. Say mine and die. Ne man from print water. How much? It's not on our mass man abemo. Or no, and a man fees. Asante Ato.
Yo. Nana kwachi tutu yeda wasipi ne obra wonyama ye se wonya abotre twen ye ma ye first interview ni na we ni bibia ni yeda wasipa papa ase ko no seminar
ye kona the America Charles Asante Ato of Ghana for menim say Ghana for bebre e worried omo United States of America enra minya akọ bi say yes honorable be peninsula nam senya no kre omo nko mako anto omo ohina ba so be Asante Ato tumpon onu no mo asoma no dom be kan ana obey oba ye less than 10 months na obehwe so ye ma 92 scholarship e was Asante Ato North obehwe akwan na ya amna ene portal patching ye patch Asante Ato North akwan nyina big push ayi John Dramani Mahama e dia ba Asante Ato North tray ye nya big push ni bi yewom from Nanabadu eni Munyantoko station ekwa akopi mo kofin kwanta Search from Plains ya benefit obehwe ne ensuo boreholes makoma nsia ana asatoba e watu e wo community se Asante Ato North abrante ne bon homoden and dodo na ka se adwuma obi din fie 9 fie 20 mi anye ana aba ya wo de less than 11 months wo ye e che say he means business also person transform Asante Ato North to mo nkoma akoma to mo yem Asante Ato North e be better as say dey hu ye no
nana kwachi tutu yeda sipi yenim se be sa ba wo na so bi ope e sense sa asem we afi na sha ase e wo mo e be ba be hwe se ko season na afi ya to aso e honom yeda wasipi nyame nshao
me nyame so me das nyame nshao pa
Ichi honorable so catch honorable say ye cha ni pa
me ba chomate me bona wane
honorable you be a mama men can we answer na ye the interview honorable you be a oba ye read so when he came on social media in koto de gu from say aban embe in call for normal na o share ne demeanor o share ne body language how in call for which means say free or a son of the soil. We are very proud of him. Ye pay or mutimi ejina homa omo to abama mo so mu jina ho amamo yes ye to abama o no akwatena nkran na fe wo ko na wodwodwo ho enti ka che say bona baso na ye tanichi say dwuma wo ye no no jina homa ne call for. Nyame ensha wo asante achem phone na any kind of phone na yada CP Nana Kwachi Tutu a personal assistant to the MP for Asante Achim North. Yako short commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you our reports. Na the arts and culture. Unfortunately, this week we will not be able to bring you agriculture because our host for agriculture, Eckow, is on an assignment and would not be available for agriculture. But we will definitely bring you arts and culture after the reports. Short commercial break, after which we'll bring you our GH reports. Please don't go away. Stay.
Blood of the slain will never be in vain. Never. No. We don't want to see no more people dying. Zion Yahweh. Whoa. Zion Yahweh. Whoa. Zion way. Whoa, Zion way. Yo, listen, man. My name is Ja, beloved. You can call me Kwesi Baako when the occasion calls for it. You are watching iKULCHA TV. Keep it locked. iKULCHA TV. Africa. From African perspective.
Bismark, since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Welcome. Welcome to Tucson Hotel, your ultimate home away from home. Located in the serene town of Ejisu Ichakrum, just off the Jabin Road, we offer you a haven of comfort and luxury. Step into our fully air-conditioned 40 bedrooms, where modern elegance meets convenience. Whether you choose our normal, standard, deluxe standard, or executive rooms, each one is equipped with Wi-Fi and DSTV, ensuring that you stay connected and entertained throughout your stay. Indulge your taste buds at our exquisite bar and restaurant, where our skilled chefs prepare a wide range of culinary delight to satisfy every palate. From local delicacies to international favorites, we have something for everyone. Planning a business meeting or a special event? Look no further than our state-of-the-art conference hall. With a capacity to accommodate 80 to 100 people. It is the perfect venue for your corporate gatherings or social celebrations. But that's not all. We proudly boast the largest recreational center in the Ejisu municipality. With a capacity to accommodate up to 2,000 people, it is the ideal location for concerts, weddings, and other grand events. It comes with 4 fully air-conditioned bedrooms and a kitchen as one package. Our luxury cars are also available for rent. Drive like a boss. To experience true hospitality and unmatched comfort, contact us today. Our friendly staff is ready to assist you. You can reach us at 0244 654 458, 0246 505 327, or 0241 418645. You can also email us at info@tucsonhotel@gmail.com. Tucson Hotel, your home away from home.
Okay, thank you very much for staying, and we are right back, and it's time for GH Reports with a man called Justice Mafo. Justice.
Boss.
At the same.
Baako, boss.
Yo. Na Honorable Asenso-Boakye say no nim so ni Kesben and I care about it. And I care about it. Yeah. I'm sorry, because apparently you also work with Kesben. Say he thought he had it mixed up, but it was a great interview if you ask me. Just so we but at the end of course
Ofori Krom MP on the Nebu Fupa was say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a tourism sector no or in a near free so one share down emfa nanim ko ho ye na 2026 budget na buy no budget allocation bi an share down ko ho no ma tourism sector no intino say kakum ye jine ko no mu dia ane na newsroom be hwe na wabo interview one na my bra na Mr. Mark Edu one ye Ofori Krom na hye bedwane no de ensem to dwa e won office e wo mra hye bedwa fie
in a priority yede ewo Ministry of Tourism who ne say a priority hwe na na Akufo-Addo ne siesie Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum and the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum according to the tourism industry no and only one of the highest investments generate funds and I say tourism country we share a generational tourism sector no sika tourism sector ni generate to say send Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum generate sika aban na anka enye se omudi sika no dodo na akwhye sanitary pad mu na omuja tourism ewo ho how say a whole ministry to say Minister of Tourism o man 255 million cedis na wa ma sanitary pass 292 million cedis na me bisa anya bia awofo no emududo say na sanitary pass na omoma enya bi tourism de yenim senya mo anka betumi de aboa o my way de wan say ye creatives ni nyina creative industry musicians ne ye actors ade na omunyina obi ayedin na so tourism koso na omadwuma ye den ekosoro anka December is abri anka show ye be boni ade nyina anka yate and Nigeria for programs ananka ye wo Ghana no omo twini nyina de ko Nigeria wan hwe ya enche bia programs ebe yo Ghana enye de biem efri say celebrities ni abrofo omani ebeje Ghana ho no mo person ba Ghana nyina so omunyina de omani behwe Nigeria efri say aban no politics nti dwumadi a ekwa brand a ye creative brand anka wo say brand net no oba ya aba collapse brand no we na yes say omo mfo money nhwe ho na yes say yenuanom e wo creatives yenuanom e wo tourism sector no say omo nso inform na nsi from no omo nka bi ewom and the universities e wo Ghana afi bia nkwala e free university ni mu as tourism students no thousands of students omo bro 10,000 na nkwala be 10,000 pia ba omo ye tourism students na your tourism facilities no kra ni sika ni ho a ye de besiesie na ye de new tourism facilities aba ye de na ye tumia invite tourists ama investment aba sa sector no so tourism cost ya na ye hotels enso benya sika ana eye omo de omo dan eye Airbnb ni sa businesses we nyina no omo su benya ska na say ugu tourism a the way and say even with foreign exchange we expect no ni nyina emma.
Very interesting perspective. Makes me react and understand what was justice. Hello?
Honorable Mark Edu, on a Oforikrom MP, Nasibijani.
Or your okay, or your member of parliament or your MPP member of parliament.
MPP member of parliament.
Okay, so that explains it. That explains the take on we say. Very interesting take, if you ask me. Very valid point. But Akwakwe to say, no wonder saw here, MPP, because he sounds like a politician. Will identify a very valid concern. But then in trying to put it across, you see politics in there. Why would you even compare that with sanitary pads? Why would you even do that? Of course, I in previous years, quote Ejanai. Ojanai tuntu na bonsi na fufo kakre bi te sa na papa ye yo. Who can some very valid point are you connected with? But then you go to connect it with sanitary pads, which is very necessary for the girl child. What do you compare? We say now we lose argument, we lose point, because it is a okay say eduane ni nsuo fa Baako. Me here eduane, but me here nsuo so. What would have it change? Me did we amenu nsuo ana it you hear sanitary pads. But that said, we raise very valid points. Charlie, Ministry of Tourism is one of the most under-resourced ministries all time. And yet one of the ministries every government gives it, you're kind of saying F-talk. Or more than one of the ministry, or more than one of the industry. Papa say, with all due respect, has no right to even say the previous government did anything, because only my Baako and my Ashanti region, MPP Lucy or Honum. And your creatives, and your creatives, they can be bigger quiz. Baako ne friend is saying, my main Baako ne friend is Omunina Christian Awuni, Omunina, Omo can be, because they were not satisfied with what the previous government did for the creatives. And the money in finance for Okra said previous government they didn't do nothing. But back to we say the government needs to move away from giving flowery talk to the Ministry of Tourism and culture, whatever the resources that they need to flourish. Tourism a sector be as year connected to so many different other sectors. So, and true to say the papaking, it bet to me so much. You're kind of saying not just revenue in terms of money, but also national recognition. So say, oh, America will be because of vacation. Oh, me call vacation. Oh, me call Aruba, me call Antigua, me call Cancun, me call Mexico. These places are every year omuna traffic, because I'm out for a year, the whole year. It's a discuss more year than what they call Ghana. You was have potential, no, but to Beba Beach, no be a January. Mammy can't see a bench of justice. Tell me what Ghana and Madame for be best. I didn't call Cape Coast Castle. Elmina Castle wasn't Cape Coast, it was Elmina Castle. Tell call me be near so or not so the in Cofona Castle one less, and then made a call beach or telling them beach on them. So I'm sure with Gina. Why some Saturday Uninjawake? Be Farisa Mecca. Obi January and or dear Anya Catasso. And Madame Fifi America was spending Nisika Abaso or Besha Ghana or the number one Waka team. What do you think is going to happen? And we need to take a look at tourism in a very holistic way. But to start with, can we start giving a little more resource to the Ministry of Tourism? Medase, so I'm a chance now I'm reacting to this. Minister Jibedin Komobi about some Sikabiso I said they be Kumawood mo. Ye be this has in switch. But Medase so I'm a reacted to first story. Me patch to asuma me.
And you know, Woodworkers Association of Ghana, almost so Eden Koto Sre, or more appeal to government to say, a year galamsey no, a corner I was set ɔmo mo yɛ den esan sɛ ɔmo affect ɔmo yie paa sɛ yɛn kwaeɛ ne yɛn nsuwa asɛe a unsa ɔmo no yɛ nnua ho adwuma na ɔmo yɛ na sɛ kwaeɛ no nso sɛe a ɛnya ade ɔmo bɛnya nnua no biem ɛba saa nso so ɛtumi affect ɔmo sikasɛm nti no national president ɛma woodworkers association of Ghana ɛyɛ Abdallah bin Abubakar ɛna ɔde to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama anim sɛ ɔne Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources ɔmo nkɔ ɔmo tiri mu mpam ho na ɔmo nhwɛ na saa nsuo na asɛesɛe ne nyinaa na ɔmo nhwɛ na ɔmo mpɛ ho pomasiberɛ na afei nnua no yɛn kwaeɛ no ɔmo nhwɛ na ɔmo mbɔ ho ban ɛno nso so sɛ newsroom ayɛ kra do ɔmo bɔ interview too no ɛmfama yɛ wɔn bara na Abdallah bin Abubakar ɛkasa.
Galamsey for nso kura ndua ne yɛketewa nkɔ ɔmo bubu nti ɛno nso asa akɔ another problem bi ama nti yɛsɛ aban sɛ de aban bɛyɛ biara na saa galamsey activities na ɔmo yɛ a ɔmo bubu ndua no ɛno nso bɛfiri hɔ na raw materials na nkasa no ɛnɛ nso no boa yɛ den wohwɛ taxes a ɔmo de gugu ndua especially ndua na nkasa no sesei sawmills a ɔmo pipeline ndua no a yɛtɔ nso aban apegyapegya wɔn taxes no so nti ama wɔn so yɛ wia ɛboɔ na wɔn de bɛto so no wokɔ timber market na sɛ wokɔtɔ a ɛboɔ no wɔ so edwuma no a wɔde kɔ akɔyɛ no sɛ ɛnyɛ edwuma bi a nipa no a wɔde hyɛ wɔ edwuma no wɔbɛtua wɔ sika kɛse a wotɔɛ no na sɛ wɔde kɔyɛ edwuma no wɔbɛbɔ ka nti ɛno so ɛyɛ haw baako a yɛpɛ sɛ aban ɛhwɛ ɛna deɛ madi kan aka ɛde afa modern machinery no aban nso ɛnhwɛ sɛnea wɔn bɛfrɛ yɛn ama yɛn ne aban atena ase type of machines a yɛbi hia na saa furniture na wɔde firi aburokyire ɛba Ghana no yesu atumi ɛde saa machines na yɛ bi wɔ ha no wɔn aboa ama yɛn ne wɔn akɔ into some terms a sɛ wɔn de yɛkura bɛma banks bi ana financial groups bi na yɛn ne wɔn akɔ into some negotiation bi a yɛbɛtumi akra ama saa machines bi aba mɛmo ha anka ɛno so bɛma edwuma no akɔ n'anim because carpenter edwuma no ankasa no ɛyɛ one of the biggest industry aban biara ba na sɛ wɔso unemployment a yɛbɛtumi ayi boɔ no ayi saa haw no afi.
Interesting.
Nipa yɛsɛ ne nkan yɛ national president ma Woodworkers Association of Ghana Abdallah bin Abubakar ɛna yɛkɔte ne nka no sɛ aban no nhwɛ na saa ɔmo industry no ɔmo n'ani nkɔ ho na ɔmo yɛ sawmill adwuma no nso so ɛto a yɛde atoto ɔmo so no so nti wɔn hwɛ na wɔn tete so na ɛma wɔn adwuma no nso so ntumi nkɔ nkan nti no ha na brɛbɛ mɛ kwan na mɛde mama ne bɔ ne nyinaa si nti ma for justice mama ne bɔ na aha ne yɛde bɛsi nyampa next week yɛde deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no nso so bɛba abɛso mmɔ.
Yo, that's CP. Now, woodworkers as in there, mini who can, but meaning say, in Nia Ankasano, a complex question, right? Because baby, a young fee at the year furniture, and yet mean and Cassa yen tonya, and the sit idea all kinds of things. At the same time, so, to preserve the environment, once a certain countries they are moving from raw wood, to other forms of normally a bit me a bit preserve a forest snake akra. Say be am kunyani idea say instead of nkebia yen saving yanu find other things be nanka yen fa bibi a plastic and yen some of the chairs near the end. I'm just saying. And ye baby I'm sure that name too much about. I'll be researching that. But Taumichi said you almost say buying a banshana on your momona almost so Edgeman Cosson almost some call one. See a better CP justice. Next week, Yebesan will be with another report from where you are. Thank you so much. Justice Marfo, correspondent. Every week, he brings us the GH reports. We are going for a short commercial break. Say Babaka, we will bring you arts and culture with Synergy. Don't go away, please. Stay right here. This edition, I want you to stay and listen to it, please, because you know what? Two things. The main story here about the Synergy, please come in the green room, by the way. Come in the green room, let's go. So the main story is about the government allocating some money, I think it's about 20 million cedis or so, to the arts industry, which is supposed to go towards improving the movie industry and all of that, including Kumawood, all of that. Yabeba beken huasem. And then also in the second story, no, Burna Boy. Burna Boy had a concert recently, not too far from where I am right now, and it was not a typical Burna Boy concert. Many people think that Burna Boy is being cancelled. Many people think that people are boycotting Burna Boy. Why? We'll talk about it on Arts and Culture when we come back. In the meantime, please stay, don't go away. We will be right back.
Bismark, since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Hot a fire burn them. Red lava done them. Diarrhea run them. The wrath of God upon them.
I am your thief, you sell some fire, you're killing people every day. Anytime you open your mouth, appear lie, you're leading my people astray.
Government by family and friend, corruption never end. You tell us said you are God sent, but when we turn around the bend, you thiefing with a pen, coffee with family, and I struggle for fed. And when you come after way, like the cock on the end, what a pity when we sell our dignity as spent. Politicians them attack we from the rear end, leave it to a dead end. And the fake preacher telling I and I feel repent. With the money in my pocket is the mountain I get. And when the gap are ever widen, fences can mend. So this question I send,
where the money there, 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 where the money there,
and me say where the money there.
I don't know.
Oh, at the fire bonding. Until they change their mind, the wrath of God upon them.
Through your lies and deception, wrong education, you poison yourself one way. But when the church and the state collaborate to keep us in slavery,
and by the ballot and the bullet, they put their gun to it head. Them say you have the right to talk, but talk too loud and you dead. It's like them have a different system for the leader and the leader. Hurt to run red. So get the youth boss rise and show them how things be run. If them can't do it, come and make we show them how we done. And we now no more room for them like them days are gone. Appiah fire burner. And them say,
where the money there, 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 where the money there,
and me say where the money there.
I don't know
where the money oh.
I don't know
residing in the Cayman Islands. So where the money they invested in foreign lands. So where the money they me personally, I don't know. So where the money they where the money they and I mean say hot a fire bone red lava down them. Diarrhea run them. And the wrath of God upon them. Until them change their mind. Wrath of God upon them. But for people black, wrath of God upon them. I me say where the money I don't know. Yes. All right. Thank you very much for staying. And we are right back. It's time for, you know what, arts and culture. And when it's time for arts and culture, there's only one face associated with that. That of the man called Bismark Appiah Cinergy. Cinergy. Hello.
Yeah, Ras, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. All right. Arts and culture, take it away. Cinergy.
Hello, Ras, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Take it away.
Okay. Right on. Your life, right? This is arts and culture. And the first story that we'll be looking at is about the budget. A copy of our parliament. Now, in this budget, you know, it has something to do with creative arts, and most especially this movie industry as to how this for some time now has not been the news. In a past administration, we had said there are several things and but I think some of the things require kind of cry, but with this one has to do with the 20 million budget allocated all in the name to support the Kumawood industry or to revive the Kumawood industry. So if the newsroom, if that video is ready, let's have a watch at the video said by Ato Forson, the finance minister currently for Ghana.
Okay. Cinergy, Kosumami, MSS newsroom is still trying to find that video, no. But keep talking. They'll find it and they'll put it on. Why, please?
All right. So whilst we are still waiting for that video, this has always been one thing. The creatives, especially the movie industry, will be fighting for. That is support for the movie industry. So as to be a bit free abanedia, that has been the conversation day in and day out. You know, have it. As you say, a government has said here. Say a private man, an entrepreneur, and I will be our non decided I want to venture into
Speaker,
movie production.
Government has allocated an amount of 20 million Ghana cedis to the film fund as seed money to revive the film industry, such as Kumawood and other film associations. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 20 million Ghana cedis to the Creative Arts Fund as seed money for the arts, music, fashion, food, and other creative sectors. Mr. Speaker, that is not all. We have allocated 400 million Ghana cedis for the Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant Project, the IRECOPS. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis has also been allocated for the construction of fishing markets. Right, Honorable Speaker. Again, an amount of 50 million has been allocated for the purchases of fishing net and outboard motors.
All right.
Okay.
And to share class kind of crowd, and yet Kumawood in Kwao. It's
David. For other sectors and so. And this one, when I think the Kumawood no and a popular name when it comes to young movie industry. And it's not be sure say the finance minister AUZ said the Kumawood no. Bryce, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well. Yes.
So with this 20 million budget, and I said the 20 million allocation, Cassiel, they will run this movie industry. No, I don't. The conversation shouldn't be said because the finance minister, Eckow, said in support of the Kumawood nature, just say Kumawood the Kosika Dabi. It is not for the Kumawood. But for the purpose of education and understanding, you should all understand that's all kinds of for the movie industry now. The world name what can be able to say is the Kumawood. So if the finance minister Eckow Kumawood are not necessarily say it says can you call Kumawood because for the 20 million in the old currency that was 200 billion. It is not a small money, no. But we are all looking at it from the perspective say from the past administration. We had certain promises like this with the construction of certain amphitheaters by Yahushe. So once this thing has been captured in the budget, are we sure, say, Tikano Ebura industry anymore now? And that is the first question I'm asking. Two is, how will the distribution of this money be? In the form of, say, they supported the directors, the producers, and I say him for. Three, say, would it be on a personal form of application say who apply near this can be myself for question movie industry and now say how would the whole money be? But if all these questions can be answered directly, said a bit about boy and quantity, I think this has to do with building of infrastructures. That should be the first point of call when it comes to the utilization of this money. It has to be building of infrastructures, which has to do with a national thing. A national property, a national development, by directly supporting the movie industry, but not necessarily say, to say their past administration yet, because in the past administration yet, some people are more in the movie industry, a big
yeah.
Some the movie,
which is my thing, which is my major question, right? First of all, how and I'm retreating the question that you just asked. How is the money going to be disbursed? And for our viewers on TikTok, I don't think you can hear my guest Synergy, so please bear with us. We're doing everything to stream through TikTok live as well.
I've been trying so hard to find a place every network now you okay, and I finally I'm copying. But unfortunately, the background and the environment not blended with my color, and it looks as if I'm in the midst of multicolors.
At least any talk us also. But I was saying, yes, if the government is giving that amount to the industry, how is it going to be used? Is it going to be a film fund whereby I can possibly present a script and get funding from that fund, or is it going to be used to, like you said, build infrastructure for the arts and tourism industry? If so, how much infrastructure can 20 million cedis build? I don't know. But that's my question as well. I'll be very happy. I'm just a question when we have to bring it in the mainstream and invite somebody from the Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism, all that to give us a breakdown on how this is used. Because to be honest with you, and I'm saying this on record, I know that there's a group of people called FIPAG.
Yes.
We've dealt with these people. We're going to deal with them again.
Yes.
There's a group of people called FIPAG, Film Producers Association of Ghana or something like that, who have presented some kind of document to Parliament to consider to passing and all of that. I will entreat Parliament to scrutinize that look very carefully before they assent to it. This is why that 5 pack has no representation from any of the institutions that train people for the industry. And that is all my opposition to it. If they get that cleared, I'm very happy to support it. How do you have a 5 pack who is writing a bill that should be considered for the whole entire industry, which is going to affect me, right? When there's no representation from the School of Performing Arts, there's no representation from the Film Institute of Ghana, there's no representation from University of College of Art at the University of Science and Technology. There's no representation from the College of Music at Winneba. But a group of people think that they are 100% synergy.
Yeah, I do understand you.
And we are going to give this money to the industry. It's very likely that this money, whichever part is allocated towards Kumawood or the film industry, will end up in the hands of these people. How are they going to use it? Are they going to use it the same way we have heard in the past, where they were just using the money without anybody else benefiting from it? Please, let's check that. And I think so we are going to bring this in the mainstream and talk about it. Secondly, Kumawood is not the only film enclave in Ghana. It may be the most famous, but it didn't even start. Filmmaking did not start from Kumasi by any stretch of the imagination. Okay? There is a film industry in the Accra region. Accra, the Western region, has a very vibrant film industry as well. At least they have a culture of that going on there. So if you're going to allocate that money now, we need to know how it's going to be dispersed. That's my 2 cents on that for now. And I have a lot more to say, but I'll leave it there, because like I'm saying, we have to bring this in the mainstream and talk about it in the open and see exactly where this is going. But let me reiterate my opposition to those people called the 5 pack. They are not qualified to present anything to Parliament on behalf of the whole industry. If they want to do so, they should do so in consultation with all the institutions that train people for the industry. We have institutions that train actors, we have institutions that train directors, scenery makers, and all of that. All of those people should have a say in whatever document appears in Parliament for us. Thank you very much.
Well established, and you've really made a clear point over the years. I will continue using the past administration because the past administration decided, say, they will support this film industry, but they are not very disturbing when it comes to development about this film industry now. They always center it on individuals. But the other sectors, they say, say fancy be calling for development. We don't see people on bus to give the money to us. For example, if you want to develop something, a young fan say infrastructure in terms of school, any market, any hospitals, we don't see people are mobile in the name of Kronia and to give the money to us. To give the money to us. But the disturbing side of it, has to do with the urban film side now, the movie industry. Always, when you see the government talking about support, you will see people, the so-called people now who are moving in the movie industry, they come out with their faces and into the funds to come to us. And under the past administration, I said, some people received monies, of which I can mention names. Abro, the young fan is the person I want to do. Yeah, Cassie and Kaya Junior with me can agony. Cassie support to be so to be support to be. Abro has accepted on several platforms. Sika or no G, under the past administration. Some of us supported the movie industry, but basically, Yantis can but the essence here is disturbing. And so he was shocked. Later on, when the budget came out, our T said, this is the amount the movie industry. Meanwhile, so she said, because how come I received, let's say, 100 cedis. Now, but we never ready budget. Say, I distributed 20.
Radio, culture.
On one of the shows, panelists on net, that is one of the stations. I just don't want to mention any TV station's name. He accepted, he said, and it was Mr. Bones of Kesvin TV, Kesvin FM. or no making that revelation, you know, stating the exact amount inside the budget the government was saying for medical film industry. And I brought a shock. How is it confirmed? And Mr. Bones accepted, said yes, and he has evidence and videos to prove that this is the amount. And he asked himself, said, if that is the case, yeah, how come you got this amount?
This government will do well not to allocate any money to anybody.
Yes, and that is what we hope in someone.
That's what we are fighting for right now.
Them to do that.
Yes. So also what allocating Sika for the industry now. If that's why we want to know how it's going to be disbursed, right? Because if it's going to be on the basis of, okay, we're going to fund individual, like indie films, for instance, right? Independent film producers can write proposals and then we'll look at them. And to be honest with you, I have my proposal ready. I have a script which is tackling the Galamsey issue, no?
Oh, nice.
Yes, this is my project that I did in school, right? But I noticed he said we can develop this into a main movie, a major movie, feature-length movie. And it is going to not just be for entertainment, it's also going to tackle the issue of Galamsey.
Okay.
Because one reason why what the issue problems with Galamsey is that we don't respect nature.
Yes.
When we were kids, there were things like Samampom. Don't go to Samampom because the evil spirits live there.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Whether it was true or not, it made us respect the evil forest.
Yes.
Where we would not mess with it. Let alone go there and try to desecrate it.
Yes.
Right? So what if we bring back those stories, those things, those stories that were told to us when we were children, that made us revere Asasia, that made us see Asasia as divine, as supreme. Therefore, how dare I even jam a night on the background without covering it? Even that was seen as a problem. You can't have sex in the bush. Why? Because Asasia doesn't like it. It's against certain things. But now we don't care. We have somebody who can go all the way and just block the river. The river that we said the spirits live in, which we fear.
Now
we can go and block the river. Basically, put cyanide in the river and all of that. If we had true reverence for these elements that we were taught now, we would not be desecrating them. And that's what this movie will be about. So back to the point. I'm saying, sir, if the government is going to have a film fund where people can vie for, people can contest for, right? Without it passing through an irrelevant body like FIPAG, then I'm all for it. But if it's going to be another charade where money is given to some people in the name of an association, how many people is FIPAG representing? Let's face it. How many people does FIPAG represent? Me? No. Does FIPAG represent the hundreds of people that come out of the School of Performing Arts every year who are supposed to go in the industry, who don't get to go in the industry because there are no jobs in that industry, so they end up in other industries? That's the point I'm making, Cinergy.
All right. So I think as your view is as clear as mine. Said the year no one owns any developmental project that has to do with government are there. We are all in governance. We are all part of the nation. So as far as you are seen in a certain sector, doesn't mean you own that sector. So the film industry, we beg you, with all due respect, the faces that have been showing up when it comes to Yebechesika, BBC, and meetings, you see them gathering at some hotels, some conferences, and other places. Teaming up with some of the said people in the government, no one's near this kind of near Kataso. But when it comes in the budget, that is when you see the bloating figures. So that's
another thing. Some of the people who campaign for this government, right? They will step in the shoes of those who were there before and come and enjoy those same things.
Yes.
Some of those people will think, say, oh, yeah, buying now, so this time the money will come to us. Let us guard against all of that.
Yeah.
Mama, my beloved sister. Jifak Gomashi, Minister of Tourism. She's a personal friend of mine, and she's in charge of this. Please make sure that Udin Enkose was our day way home. Please. Because the government should do something. It shouldn't turn around and bite them in the bum. Which is have the potential of if they make the mistake of putting money in the hands of certain people in the name of associations. FIPAG does not represent anybody apart from themselves.
No.
Thank you very much. Second story, and now what will be this else to talk about?
Yeah,
I'm fired up for the second story with Synergy. So
you are very eager for the second story, eh?
When you're ready, it's your show. I'm not, it's your segment. So you go ahead, but I'm very ready.
I want you to give me that. I want you to give me the "Are you ready?"
Radio culture.
Wow.
All right.
That. Now let's move on to the second story, and this one, and this, is still about how some artists they see themselves before and after. And we see, it's not on any personal thing, it's not on any personal sentiment, but rather we are going to hit this particular story right at the head. Those that make you can also make you. Those that brought you to the limelight, they can also take you down. So if that first video is ready, let's put it on. Here's our video now. Banner Boy.
Again, please go on talk. We'll see if Newsroom can
locate that video. This video, I think the first one I can person is Banner Boy in somewhat January 4th. What happened at Lagos? Right, I know performing on stage. The one you see a building story now near the BBC and net. Banner Boy was seen while fans moving on the stage. Nanka Nichia. Fans, when they get the chance now to move on stage, they only want to have a feel of the skin of the artist. No crown feel it is person human being. Oh, you nipa said them see feeling the skin is me feeling. This is the only thing I know. But unfortunately for this fan, he got on stage and Banner Boy kicked him. After that, instead of so better to perform, or create a performance, but right after the whole thing, it was a free show. So you have no business coming on stage. That is one. Two, as far as it is a free show, he was permitted to perform 10 minutes. But only decided to perform 1 hour, exceeding his time because he loves the craft. He loves the job that he's doing. And done the fans, So if he has decided to perform 1 hour, the only good thing you can do is to come on stage. No, he's never in any way going to tolerate that because also life is at stake for security reasons. That is the reason when that person. And this happened right on 4th January 2025. Yeah. Now the second story I know there, bloating on social media, trend on social media is what he has done again. Denver. He went on stage while performing. He saw a certain lady sleeping. Only for him saying, or baby says, why am I performing now? Obida, whilst performance is going on. Banner Boy decided to raise a statement instructing the securities over there. Say, what the person is doing, it's never in any way I'll be accepted. And security should take that person out, or else he's not going to perform again.
Finally responded to allegations from Steel Pulse's David.
Okay, so Banner Boy had to instruct the securities and the so-called organizers now will be on mobile said they should take that person out. The problem they said that person was sleeping whilst he was performing. On to us in your performance, and why a big a fan is a fan. And first thing first, to distract the whole show, they had to act accordingly to the instructions or whatever be a work be. So they drove that person out. Later on, this said female Yapamo from stage from the place now event Eckow came back, tweeted and now commented, said she wasn't feeling well. She was seriously depressed because she had lost the father of her daughter. And say obenya a form of as a arechichire she decided say obeko that concert, So she wasn't of herself. Secondly, she waited for Burna Boy as at the time I was saying for bus stage, but Burna Boy didn't show up. He came late. So time my Burna Boy de buy, na ofili sas wapre as an enukum. That was the reason why she was sleeping. Thirdly, as you say, one on our shoe, what you any take it. Nas wabeda. It is none of your business. And you wasem. One they decided to be sleeping over. I like that. So I think we can read the tweet or the comment together. Say, I am the girl that was kicked out of the show last night. I don't even know where to begin. But that was very embarrassing and humiliating to myself and my boyfriend. Burna Boy could have handled that situation better than that. He had no idea what I was going on. He has no idea what was going on with me, and he didn't even care to ask if I was okay. I have been mentally, physically, and emotionally drained since my daughter's dad passed away, and I came to his show to put a smile on my face after everything that has happened. He took forever to come out, and I was tired. He paid to be there. I was saying we paid to be there, and if I wanted to close my eyes and sleep, I can do that. It is my money, and that's I wasted, not his. And for all of you in the comment section being nasty, how about? Okay, the down there is blocked by art and culture, so no problem about that. But the only thing the girl is trying to say, I think is yes, okay. So you, okay. So and for all of you in the comment section being nasty, how about showing kindness, because you never know what someone is going through. And I think this is the right time, and it was the right time to comment for people to know exactly what was going on with that girl or that person. But my main problem is, should this be the concern of Burna Boy? Nah. But rather, on artist profile your craft and how talented you are. You came there to entertain your fans. So in view of that, I will perform it not to obey that. You should rather ask yourself, question yourself, what am I not doing right? Am I not entertaining the people? Am I not doing what is expected of me? The reason why they paid money to come and watch me? Because on the normal note, someone can decide to download your song and play at home and be okay and feel say me without being charged for it. But that person decided to pay money, moved all the way from wherever he or she is staying to the place that is the venue wherever the concert is going on. That's also abana on feeling entertained. That's what better. Is that your business? You have no business telling someone say you're working it out or else you are not going to perform. Not even thinking about the others. Now the question is, did the sleeping lady distract the performance? Did she in any way went on stage? Did she in any way go on stage to distract the whole performance? If not, there, of what business and a worry Burna Boy to drive this person and the boyfriend out of the venue? This is very questionable. And on the other side, do you know, sir, right after this incident, he still has a tour going on. I will go to a tour, USA. But unfortunately, on 13th November, he showed up on stage performing as at 8 p.m. going into the 9 p.m. and it was very worrisome. As the number of people that we were expecting to be on stage was different. There's a low turnout. Few numbers showed up, all because what he did wasn't right for them. And they decided, if you don't have respect for us, we decide when to come to your stage. So Raz, if you have anything to say, let's move on before I'll have another story on this same thing.
I have a lot to say.
Okay, let's go.
Try to keep it short. So Burna Boy, I don't know how many artists are or Mobenya, a father and a child both being fans. It's rare, right? Because of the generational thing. But Burna Boy is an exception for me personally because my daughter, my eldest daughter, is a #1 fan of Burna Boy. I don't know. I haven't asked her about the recent goings on, but she is, or was at least, #1 fan of Burna Boy. And so was I. Emphasis was. Okay. I was a huge fan of Burna Boy until I started looking at him closely as a person. And it's disappointing me a lot. Burna Boy seems to think that he is the best thing that happened to the whole entire human race. I want to hear what Burna Boy thinks about God. You know why? Because I want to know if he thinks he's higher than God. I think maybe God is the only thing that Burna Boy thinks he's not higher than. Burna Boy is an idiot. I'm sorry. His behavior is not, and yet, I don't know if you know what I'm saying, right? But Burna Boy didn't start here. You gave us the example of when he kicked that fan on stage. I have a 50-50 reaction to that. Number one, when an artist is performing with his security and everything, and somebody just barges at him, I'm ready to give that as reflex. Because first of all, fan, yeah, we understand you can go crazy and everything. And this is the same reason why Burna Boy thinks somebody should not be sleeping. So Burna Boy, what do you want? Do you want us to sleep or you want us to jump and dive at you? Choose one. Because there's somebody who's so enthralled with Burna Boy that he comes out of the crowd and jumps at Burna Boy, right? And then he kicks him. So even though I'm trying to make an excuse for him, say it could have been reflex, it really wasn't reflex. But the guy shouldn't have done that also. So they ain't finding to check. But Burna Boy has somebody coming to your show. The person you say is sleeping. First of all, among all the thousands of people watching you, how did you spot this one person sleeping? How? It's very strange to me. And then you, like you said, Synergy, if the person is not jamming, maybe it's your duty to make them jam. Number three, I want to hear a lawyer's view on this. Can I sue Burna Boy or the organizers of the show for my money back and for humiliating me? Can I? It's something I want to hear a lawyer on. Because this is nonsense. But let's look at Burna Boy closely. Burna Boy went to a reggae Summerfest, right, which is a huge reggae show. And first of all, the organizers caught a lot of flack for even inviting Burna Boy because he's not a reggae artist. But they thought, say, okay, all right, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's bring our African brother who's making the waves to perform on Summerfest. When he went, he went to go disrespect Steel Pulse. Now, if you don't know Steel Pulse, let me tell you who Steel Pulse is. Steel Pulse is reggae royalty. What I say? Over reggae genre now. Of course, everybody knows Bob Marley. Some people know Peter Tosh or whatnot. But if you're talking about bands, Steel Pulse is creme de la creme. And then Burna Boy goes to that event, no? He comes with his entourage. And how dare you, Burna Boy, say of all the dressing rooms, no, Steel Pulse, a dressing room, and now yes, I will to Steel Pulse. Hey, Synergy, let me put it in context for you. It's like Daddy Lumba. May God rest his soul. It's on a show, right? And then somebody like, let's say, White Crowd. Baako. Just because he's so big. I'm just trying to use that same way, say, right? It's like Daddy Lumba is on a show. Then Baako comes and says, Daddy Lumba, move because I have a large entourage. So I need extra room for my entourage. So you, of all the other artists, though, Steel Pulse, how dare you? He went to go tell Steel Pulse to move so he can, well, not him, obviously, but, and then when he was approached, he made matters worse, as he always does. by saying he hasn't even heard of Still Pulse in Po before. Who is Still Pulse? I haven't even heard of them before. Burna Boy, if you haven't heard of Still Pulse before, then you are a child. Then you shouldn't even be in the music industry, because it's not just reggae people who know Still Pulse. So everybody knows Still Pulse. And if you don't know Still Pulse, what business do you have at a reggae event? Let me not take over your because Cinergy, if you give me the time, I'll talk till Kingdom Come over this thing. That guy has to be checked. And I think, it is about time. I think, he's beginning to feel a little bit of his actions. People have started reacting to what he does. I think, that's going to come in your second part that you said. So let me save that for now. But let me reiterate. Burna Boy thinks he's bigger than he really is. Burna Boy, we make you Burna Boy. We make you Burna Boy. You're Burna Boy because we say so. And there have been bigger brands than you, Burna Boy. And people will compare Burna Boy to Fela Kuti. No, sir, let's stop comparing Burna Boy to Fela Kuti. Fela Kuti will never behave like this. Fela Kuti will never behave like this. Thank you, Cinergy. Please go on to the second part.
Radio, culture.
Oh, sorry, Cinergy, you're in the green room. I thought you were. Hold on a second. Look, we show no, and we green room. I may tell that be running him out, just like that.
Enjoying
up and down. I'm just watching up and down like that.
I'm sure enjoying your submission right here. Now we say so, you can't do anything about that. Simply put, because we made you so. We paid to come and watch you. Now you asked a certain question right in your submission, that why was he able to spot that girl upon all the thousands of people over there? Now the question is, that person paid to be at the VIP session. So she was right in front over there, right closer to the stage. So that thing should even tell you that she is a big fan. She is someone who respects you that much. So upon everything, you shouldn't humiliate or embarrass her this way. And in the second part,
how do you even tell me how I should react to your music? Yours is to play the music. Mine is to react. Maybe my way of enjoying the music is to close my eyes and soak the music. How about that?
And the thing is, Burna Boy should have even felt bad for what performing live, and someone done that should have been a disgrace to you, your craft, instead of attacking that person sleeping.
I don't agree. You know why? Because it was just one person. And Baako sleeping, no, amounts to his show not jamming. But what I'm saying is, people react to things differently. Somebody's at the jam doing this. Somebody's at the jam just popping their head. Somebody's at the jam just chilling. This lady decides to close her eyes. How dare you? I don't get it.
The thing is, Russ, I think sometimes the artists, they just have to understand the thing that it is entertainment. You are there to entertain, not only to perform as they say it as entertainment comes in different forms. As far as it is a live event, aside the music that you are giving them, what else do you add to your craft to entertain? And that has been one thing. Now, when you come to Ghana, let me put it that way. When you come to Ghana, Shatta Wale is a respect on that. Shatta Wale at a point can pause the music and entertain the fans with certain moves, some dance moves, some certain things are also added a form of aura to whatever he's doing. Yeah. So with this, I think certain things, not are lucky on the side of the performance that Burna Boy was giving to the people. If not, let's respect our people. Let's respect our fans. We are who we are because of them. No one, upon all the places that the person could have chosen, decided to be at your concert, and you take that lightly upon all the mental, the physical, and the emotional stress that person.
You know what's worse? And you know what's worse, Cinergy? When he was asked about it, he gave some half-ass apology.
And that is the next I'm going to look at, the apology.
All right. So let me not say anything. Let me have you go first, and then I'll react to that.
Okay. Now we were expecting that he will come out and apologize. As most often, emotions are driven in different way, especially when the issue is different as to how you approach that. And sometimes we are not able to control ourselves, so it is fine. But what you do after that determines whether the corona you felt remorse or not. Now, with this Burna Boy's issue, Burna Boy came out with no form of apology, but he said, and I quote, "I am sorry if you feel I did something wrong. I am sorry if you feel I did something wrong, but to me, I did nothing wrong." And this is the apology Burna Boy I render. "I am sorry if you feel I did something wrong, but to me, I did nothing wrong." And this is what Burna Boy tweeted in response to say or apologize to the fans. And just look at this. How on earth? How? What level of arrogance is driving him?
You know what? I'm going to start researching who this guy was before he became famous. Because I'm going to research who he was before he became famous. I want to know, say, a fame, any Sikano, which is making his head go cuckoo, or if that's nature from birth, I don't know. Right?
Okay.
If this is his nature, how did he rise this high without people noticing that he's just some arrogant sub?
Okay.
Because you've done something despicable like this, and you're given an opportunity to apologize, and then you come in with a no apology. Like that's very disrespectful.
Yes, I've seen a video going viral. Say apologize, accepting say what he did was wrong, and he didn't know that this was what the lady was going through. It is AI video. That is not correct, and you're not correct. It is AI video. Yes. The video circulating on TikTok, especially on TikTok, say apologize. That is fake. It is not a raw video. It is AI generated video. But with this apology that I'm talking about, when you go to his page, Instagram right now, it is there. And then on the same Instagram,
and then he said, "We haven't forced you to be my fan, and we want to."
That is the next thing I want to talk about. That is the next also going to talk about.
How dare you talking about you want rich fans? You don't even know this lady. You don't know her. You don't know whether she's rich or not. Now you're here talking about you want rich fans.
Right.
Oh, you want rich fans, huh?
Right.
That's why I am plugged from him, because I personally don't think I have enough money to be a Burna Boy fan. He says he wants rich fans. Abi, I'm not a rich man. I'm averagely hanging on in there. Abi, so I don't qualify to be a Burna Boy fan by his own way say. And anybody who doesn't make a certain figure and still sees themselves as a Burna Boy fan, you have to check yourself again. Because this guy is telling you, say yourself, he doesn't regard you. I haven't forced you to be my fan, and you are not rich enough to be my fan.
Exactly. And that was done on live TikTok. That was done on TikTok live. What you are talking about, he was in a room with some of his friends or colleagues or guys, and he made that statement. And with this, he came back saying that what he said, he wasn't relating it to the issue that happened, but he was just having a normal conversation with the friends, that he hasn't forced anyone to be his friend or his fan, but rather he rich friends. He wants rich fans. That is the people. Now, on the other side, too, the same IG page. On his same IG page, he has also written over there that under no circumstance will he tolerate or accept any form of adebia or bibaya to him or no say a security threat. So one, just as a pilot, if he says someone on board, a passenger on board, that person and upon arrival, that person can be arrested. He also made emphasis on another thing, saying that just as a teacher, if a teacher feels a student is not doing something right in the classroom, that student can be sacked or sanctioned for whatever. Likewise, the same way, he's never going to allow you spraying money on him. to also humiliate or do whatever you feel like doing to him. He's never going to accept that. And all these together are the words written by Burna Boy. So fans, those listening and watching us right now, go on his page right now. You will see all these comments over there. All these comments are defending the act in our year,
That's very
if you feel he's wrong, to him, he doesn't feel he did anything wrong. And that is, I don't want to use the word that you normally do, but it starts with B.
Culture. It is the B word, for sure. There's no question about that at all. It's worse than the B word, to be honest with you. What I say? Because a teacher teaching in the classroom, the pupil, the student has submitted to the authority to be taught and to be disciplined in most cases. Mark, in most cases, not in all cases, because not every classroom will be a student if you mind you. Now, if you want to compare yourself to a pilot and all of these things, then you have to live up to that standard also, Burna Boy. I don't even want to go into it. It's just the comparison is not right. Comparing himself to a pilot and a teacher.
Who's different?
It's idiotic. Rather, Burna Boy, let me show you who you really are. You are not the pilot, no teacher. Blood. You are an entertainer. You know what entertainers are? They are the mercy of the audience.
Yes.
Back in our culture, you go in the marketplace, you play your drum, you do your thing, and if people like it, they gather around and they watch, and then they appreciate by maybe throwing some money on you or something like that. You don't get to tell me how to react to your thing. You are not superior to me in the audience. How dare you?
I like that. What one there? But in short, I think Burna Boy is overdoing certain things. As an artist, as an entertainer, there should be value for money. And in any concert, an audience and not someone who comes at your concert should live with a certain experience. That person should live with a certain mark after the concert. So in that case, whatever an artist do on stage, whatever you do on stage should reflect in the next time whenever you're organizing something like that, as to what experience that was left in the mind of that person should be the reason why that person have to come to your show the next time. So when you are doing certain things like this, making you feel like without them crying, you can still perform, that is no. Never in any way with an organizer, with a manager, anybody organize a show and looking at the turnout, that person continue organizing shows for you. And I just want to see fans moving to him. As some of the comments, some people have decided, said next time if they want to go to his shows, they will go there with pajamas and pillows.
Something that somebody also tweeted that was very funny to me. Somebody said when that show in Houston, and by the way, Houston is like the navel of the Afro pop culture, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than in Houston, Texas, when it comes to Afro pop. Now he went to have a show there, and it was, by his standards, almost empty. I mean, the crowd there wasn't too bad. For some other artists, that would have been okay. But for his standard, remember, this guy has sold out that stadium before in 2020. Was it 2023, oh baby? He sold out the stadium. Now he goes there and it's like, it's not quite right. Okay.
It looks like up and coming artist being a show up.
Who would that make sense? Now, Burna Boy may be, let me borrow the word because I know you don't like such words too much, but let me say, Burna Boy may be an idiot. I'm saying may, because of the way he's acting. He may be an idiot. But in Penifo Nifie, doesn't he have handlers? Doesn't he have a team? Or maybe he's that type of person who the team cannot control. Otherwise, aren't there any sensible people in his team that can come up and clean up this mess and say, oh, we messed up? Rather than leave him to go amok with all the nonsense that he's piling on top of the already prevailing nonsense. I don't know, man. All right, Cinergy.
Talking thing about these artists is when they get to the limelight, when they get to the height, those that they surround themselves with, especially the those that are not up there like they surround themselves with these guys, boys. So when you are turning on this direction like this, it becomes very difficult for those people now to tell you, say, brother man.
It's very true. It's very true. And I'll give you an example. When I was working with Lord Kenya, right? I worked with Lord Kenya for quite a while. And when I was working with Lord Kenya, that's what was going on. Sometimes, and you're an artist, that you have to be an artist. The artist would do all their stuff, right? Do whatever they would do. But I was there to always come in and tidy up. And Lord Kenya is not the kind of artist who messed up too many times for you to have to do any real tidying up, right? But there was still rumors in there like that. Some time ago, for instance, they said, there are sometimes you hear certain pieces of nonsense that you have to come up and clean up. If he says something that was not too palatable to a certain group of people, he doesn't have to speak. His team comes up and cleans up. But here's Burna Boy piling up a mountain of turd and then climbing up on top of that mountain to dump on top of that mountain of turd again. That's what this guy is doing. And it's ridiculous. Cinergy, thank you. Let's wrap it up and go.
Yes, sir. So with artists, it doesn't matter where you've got into, it doesn't matter your height. I think my humble advice to everyone is be mindful of the way you react on stage. Be mindful of the way you react to your fans. Be mindful of especially live concerts, how you treat your people. That determines your true character, because that is when emotions, both physically and psychologically, you are best seen in your image. The way you react when you are performing, that truly depicts who you are. Because they mostly see you, you are in your car, you are in your luxury, you are driving in town, so it will be just a normal waving. But the moment they get to see your true person, your true character, is when you are in your right element performing. That is when certain things triggers you. That is when and you may be a shebufu, a boom. So if you don't react to those things well, it defines you. And that becomes the image, the identity they are best seen out there. So artists, it doesn't matter if someone is able to pay and come over there to watch you. Be mindful of the way you act, you react to that person, making that person feel like it is wrong. It is wrong for you to feel say obi nim the intia we try take it back baba share war. I say we need you medi. And sometimes we hear comments like that. Someone will say Annie, I will never go to that level to comment or to react to those people, making them feel like I said your 10 cedis or 5 cedis they cannot change whatever. No, as an artist, all these words, yana emwa. At a point, you might feel say you are big, but it's because we've not seen anyone like that. But at a point in time, if you are not lucky enough, that's a new talent. If you say, now when you rekindle your past brand, your past identity, that is when you realize you've lost the love, the legacy, instead of building a legacy. Big ups to that Lumba as Ras we using it for example. On countless times, we never heard anything about that Lumba. Not even that Lumba per se. The big boys in the game that are old right now. The legends that we can talk of.
Time now cannot end the treaty way because Burna Boy at first we've done enough with him. But since I was segue to that Lumba no. I'm saying there's a bit of an update there. There's only a few minutes left. Please spend about 2 minutes giving us that update. And then we'll also talk about the Chuchukesi Festival and how we'll be going live from Assin Foso on that day. Please,
now, with the latest update on that Lumba's case, right, that was on Friday, on the 28th of November 2025. That was the final day. They all went to court to listen to the final verdict from both as whatever will happen on the side of Mami Akosua Sewa and Odoproni, who becomes the legal wife. So the judge was during the Arthur Smith or during the Smith Arthur, one another judge over the months, she has been the person watching a case with one. Now on Friday, all documents were submitted, but the only verdict during the Arthur said on both sides, she was able to find out per the evidence or documents submitted that Lumba had the customary marriage with Odobroni And at the same time, he also did that with Akosua Sewa. And then again, Akosua Sewa and her team also presented the ordnance marriage certificate in Germany. But according to Justice Dorinda, she said, after going through that document and the certificate, she doesn't see anything authentic about that certificate. So that marriage, Ojituma Enyeji. So on this note, as far as that Lumba first married Akosua Sewa under customary marriage without confirming that he also did the ordinance marriage, the customary marriage is polygamous. It means it gives anyone the right to marry more than one. So if now there is evidence and proof, so Odobroni was also married under the same customary one there, the only thing she can say is they are all surviving spouse of that Lumba. So she has given the right to the family. So Omanka Sanko, Nonko decided. Now we don't have any legal wife, but we have legal wives. They should go and sit down and see who and the women are we do. So if the family decide they say we will not you are, that is up to them. So now this is the current update on that Lumba's issue.
That is some King Solomon level judgment. I'm telling you, that is King Solomon level wisdom. And personally, meaning Sobekaya, if you go back to our conversations on this case, this is exactly what I
remember you said something like that.
I concur, as we say. Thank you very much. Now, to Kese Festival, Kese Festival. We will be bringing you the show live from us on the day. Tell us about its synergy.
Yeah, but Ross, quick one before I say about to Kese. Do you also know, sir, as it stands now, the date for that Lumba's funeral, it has moved from 6th December to 13th and 14th of December. But yes, still, Papa Shi is also making an allegation that even the 14th Wano, any Assin Foso, any Wafayao, or also the another uncle of that Lumba say they won't be in support of that. They want the funeral to be in somewhere around next year March. But Nananomons will say, as far as Somutina say, they call the two families. And we decided say the 14th and 13th from Pessoa. No one said, no one objected to that. So Bianca was the funeral still stands until they will be they are never going to go in anyone's idea working on social media. So the funeral is said to happen on 13th and 14th of December. Yeah, so that is the date. That number so
before to Kese, what can Samamere react quickly to I hope that this doesn't generate more conversation. I just want to make a quick point. But
all right,
Papa Shi, Charlie, enough is enough. Go sit somewhere, my brother.
He's fighting for a brother.
Go find some seat and go sit on it. Mon père could be my Papa Shi, non continence and on your ding and stop disturbing us. Now that the judge has ruled, I wonder if the woman that he is supposedly speaking for, will call him to order. That's what I expect. Okasama
Akosua
Sewa. I expect Akosua Sewa to call Papa Shi to order. Enough said. Yanko to Kese.
To Kese on the 18th, 19th, 20th, down to any of the dates in December. If you are looking for the best experience ever, if you are looking for the experience to witness the festival right from childhood, because of the technological world that we are in there, then this is the time for you to
Afasha Kasiana ya channel bringing you to Kasia Fasha 2025 edru ho okumenini bafo asarichia hina otosumienu ene nananome we futu akwa traditional area Assin Foso to safre nyina 30th November nananumu sinchine so brede dase na wapeja no 12th December 6th November ye clean up exercise or 12th December no ye nanumu zremi fo bedi enu me abompaye ewia 12 na the candlelight procession na hyehyɛ so nimre alongside bonfire with jama and brass band for number 8 the copim 12 midnight asafo companies ahodo ina so be hiem ayamane akwaba night beko so casino pub tutukese marathon beko so 13th anopa 5:30 if you oba health screening beko so centenary hall anopa 9 to 12 p.m. you hear a adventist prayer football gala so beko so and enumre no 95 connect beko so cloud 95 14th na ekwesi adano e Christopher be hiem abompaye ama Assin Foso man if you hear better football games in so ewia no na enumre 9 no ye curfew and blackout me kire wo nhia emu na nananom be hia yankomade e wa asene so ne bona so 15th no efutu akwanyina be tuntum esa traditional day ma schools nyina na no panondu no ye be konsrahwe wo nuanua ponimu old school night be koso enumre no all the pubs 16 December ye bnada no nananom be hia na na bona abosomfie ayankomade e ye fi hoba okumenini e be bonwa ye wi football match no ye beto aso na
on this day I give you as Nana Ras Kwesi Baako Toso Ediasami and
Radio Culture.
Nana Baako Toso Miensa.
Nana Kwesi Baako Toso Miensa. Baako
Toso Miensa.
Yes, sir. Nice one. Now, I think that Sisi Amati another thing do more. And also, I think if I'm going, I have to prepare. That is the old school night.
Old school night.
Old school. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Old school
wow.
Political
boy,
but old school. I'm in chroma political suits, maybe. What you
Oh, yeah.
No, my friend is Sibo. When you shoot a friend is Sibo, no.
Dabi.
Usa. Usa. You should be there friend is Sibo. No, my pam. No. Political suit you grab for the evening. We need to make a pam. You can't say. Adwa Yankee.
Okay.
No, my coach Jimmy Sibo. And I say Opanka sandals.
And yeah, that is the main.
What you say? Old school. This our hold on. No, my prior boy. Also, I didn't just in America.
Oh dear, sad and what me and my so chin the mama and another rasta na me di
It's all about Tutukese Festival. Tutukese Assin Foso. Next week, Namibwa, the representative of Bahama be my full details of festival Nankasa. But it's starting on the 10th of December, all the way to the 22nd, I think. Tutukese Festival is going to be massive. There's a whole itinerary of events. And KULCHA TV, Radio Culture, we will be there live. We will, in fact, be bringing you that Sunday's edition of the show live from the Deba grounds in Assin Foso. Cinergy, yours truly, will be there, and he will be bringing you comprehensive reports throughout the festival. Cinergy, come on, Chain.
As you've said, they say this is the only festive season, and I said the festival you will witness a curfew and total blackout. If you've never had experience of that, this is the time for you to experience that in 20th or the 21st century. But this time, said they have the power. They still have their traditional powers. If they want to do something, they can still do it. The old school night is going to be mega. You can think of, imagine, said your BC Philly, said your CTABR. But it's all about festival and how we define our identity, how we define our culture, and how we can explain our culture to the younger generation so that they can also hold up to that. So don't miss out this massive experience. It is going to be lovely. As I'll be rapping with Nana Rasta. Nice one there.
Yes. By all means. And we will be bringing you the show special courtesy of one of our sponsors. Actually, we're still speaking with the other sponsors, but the confirmed sponsor at this point is Roots Kitchen.
Okay.
Organic Farms. Roots Kitchen will be setting up over there, right? There will be a massive food extravaganza over there. It's called Grill and Chill, the Tutukese Grill and Chill. It will be going on over there, and it's by Roots Kitchen and Roots Organic Farms. Synergy, yes, another exciting section of arts and culture. Yes, sorry, so no final words, please.
Well, my final words to everyone is the summary of whatever we've said. The only show that gives you spices, food ingredients, at the end of it, it gives you the identity of culture. It's right here, editorial on Sunday, so never miss it out. You have a bit of entertainment, agriculture, and the political segment. If the country is turning upside down, the development, the way forward, right over here. So never miss it out for anything. Let the data now put a value on your life. Not only say Sebe and on TikTok, it gives you nothing, but this one gives you knowledge, and that is all this show is about. And I still go by the name Cinergy, always the 2 fingers in the air, and I'm on with Arts and Culture. Ross, you can take it on.
Thank you very much, my brother. Catch Bismark Appiah Cinergy on Radio Culture. Cinergy, we'll show you a time, man. Thursdays, right?
On Wednesdays is 4:30 to 6 o'clock. That is Entertainment Arena. And on Friday, same time, 4:30 to 6 o'clock on Entertainment Arena. Now, for the viewers and the audience, everyone be a motivated. On Wednesday, with the first story concerning the 20 million budget allocation at the Kumawood. Today, Nakosanki had the interview with Wayosi, but I think that he's still driving way from Takrady to Kumasi until we couldn't have him. But Wednesday, we are trying to have him and the other people in the game are also a part of this film industry, and have a very conscious and deliberate discussion as to what I want to say and how their disbursement has to go. Not only say but the way forward to that. And other exclusive interviews will also be served right here on GH News Now on YouTube, GH News Now on Facebook, KULCHA TV, everywhere. Be part of this educative program.
On www.gnewsnow.com, which is our mother page. You can scan that QR code right there, and QR code.
Yeah, for me it's on my left.
Okay.
So for
look there, you can find it. You see the QR code. You scan it; it will take you straight to our website, www.gnewsnow.com, and enjoy all the other stuff on that website, including the printed stories and much more. Bismark Appiah Cinergy. Yamishal, Yedasipa. We'll see you again next week. All right, one love. Okay, and that's how we bring the show. We bring down the curtain on the show for today. Thank you very much for tuning in with me. We had a very, very packed and interesting show, I must admit. We were trying to bring you the segment where we were going to remember the woman of substance, Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. But unfortunately, our guest is having connectivity issues as well, and we are constrained for time, so we'll save that for another day. Thank you very much. My name is Kwesi Eson Baako. I come in peace. I come not to please. Thank you for joining us for today. I'll see you next week, God willing. We will be back next week, and let's end with this video. After this video, you will not see me again, and it will be till next week. Thank you.
The Accra-Kumasi Expressway is the flagship of President Mahama's Big Push infrastructure program. It is Ghana's first fully modern 6-lane bi-directional Class A expressway, a highway worthy of a nation on the rise. Stretching 198.7 kilometers, this expressway will become the central spine of Ghana's economy, linking our capital city to Kumasi, the heartbeat of the Ashanti region. It will cut through the Greater Accra, the eastern regions, creating a powerful southern-northern economic corridor that connects people, markets, and opportunities. To achieve this, the expressway follows a brand new alignment. This alone reduces the current travel distance by more than 50 kilometers, bringing it down from 250 kilometers to just under 199 kilometers. The impact on time and efficiency will be remarkable. Travel time between Accra and Kumasi will be cut by half. Transport costs are expected to fall by nearly 40%. And during construction, the project will create over 30,000 direct and indirect jobs for engineers, artisans, suppliers, and young people eager to work and build. But this project is more than a road. It is a catalyst for transformation. It will spark the development of new industrial parks, logistics hubs, storage centers, and service economies along its length. It will power our 24-hour economy and strengthen Ghana's global competitiveness. The expressway will feature 8 major interchanges, each designed to ease congestion and enhance access. These interchanges will be located at Accra Hub, Adeso, Isamankese, Achem Oda, Ofuase, Lake Busuntri, and Kumasi. Together, they will form a network of seamless movement and connectivity. The project also includes 3 significant bridges crossing the Birim and Pra rivers, ensuring a safe and continuous high-speed drive across changing terrain. To support travelers and transport operators, 4 service areas will be built along the route. This will include emergency medical centers, fire stations, maintenance and rescue units, catering rest stops, fuel stations, electronic vehicle charging points, and safe, well-lit parking spaces. All these facilities will operate round the clock in keeping with our 24-hour economy. Finally, 2 modern toll plazas, one in Accra and one in Kumasi, will each have 20 lanes. They will rely on automated tolling to ensure efficient revenue collection with minimal delays. The Accra-Kumasi Expressway is not just concrete and asphalt. It is a bold statement of intent, a promise to build faster, connect deeper, and transform Ghana's future. The Accra-Kumasi Expressway is going to open up our dear country.